All right, everybody, welcome to our stream. This is part 2 of the Champ Car Endurance Series. It's a Sebring International Raceway. I'm sorry, I'm still getting some things spooled up here. But, yeah, we're out here at Sebring International broadcasting live from the racetrack. I'm Paul Veltum, along with Doc Waldrop, Tiffany Alexander, and Bill Strong, and John Veltum. And we're just getting things going here. TLM Motorsports on board with them right now. Your leader, KSR Flat Out Racing.
Are we back live?
We are.
Hey.
We're on.
Hey, all right, guys. Welcome back to ChampCar.Live, presented by AutoZone here at sunny Sebring, Florida, which is kind of dark right now. Not really sunny.
No, it's pretty much pitch black out there, isn't it?
And you know what,
Sunny
Paulie?
all day.
Yeah. Paulie, you know what I forgot? And I'm looking at it right now.
That you brought the
Our
camera in.
Yeah, I forgot them. We'll have to remember that. I was thinking that I completely forgot that Sebring was a night race. So, well, that's a good sign. We had a bunch of fire trucks over at the hotel a little earlier, and I was afraid that maybe something on that camera rig may have caused the fire alarm. I always freak out about that stuff, but no, it didn't.
No, but just getting everybody up to speed. Thanks for joining us here on Champ Car Live, brought to you by AutoZone. I'm Paul Veltum, along with Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, Tiffany Alexander, John Veltum. We're all here bringing you full-length race coverage. The remaining, we got another 4 hours of racing. No, 3. Excuse me, 9, 10, 11. So another 3 hours to the end of this race. Let's take a look at this race hero just to get you up to speed on where things are at right now. KSR Flat Out Racing leading this race with Team Jackie Yakes in second, Team Infinity in third. You've got 9-4 Motorsports, their sister cars, fourth and fifth. We've got Round 3 Racing in sixth in the 602 car. Jackie Yakes car, the 935 in the pits with Momo Champ. Round 3 Racing, Empty Pockets rounding out the top 10. Looking at the Nebraska results, Ergolab.com takes the win by about 3.5 seconds over Milan Plus 2. Tired takes third. Craymaster is fourth. Team Cachiro is fifth. Two Beaners is sixth. So, getting you up to speed on the Nebraska race. Yeah, we're doing 2 at once. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Haven't done that in a long time.
No, I think the last time we did that was the Utah race, the 24-hour race we did last year.
That's right.
What did we do?
Yeah.
2 races on the same day.
Yeah.
What was the race? Oh, that was
Utah.
It was
and
Utah and
Harris Hill, wasn't it?
Wasn't it Michelin?
No.
Wasn't it?
it was on the East Coast
Texas.
somewhere.
If there were only some way we could look it up. If there was only a device.
Don't know, man. Just stop.
I will look it up. I will solve this.
Sorry.
All right.
Where's Harris Hill at?
Harris Hill is in Texas, Houston.
Down near Houston. Yep.
Yeah, it was the Texas race. I remember that.
Okay.
I was going to do something really interesting, and
Where you're now.
slipped my mind.
Well, that would be a change for us, wouldn't it?
Well, Mr. Chiswick is listening to us, so we all have to act on our best behavior, please.
I don't mind Mike
you're in
listening.
trouble.
But we really have to be on our toes when Andrea's listening.
Oh, I know what I want to do. You guys keep going. I need to share this.
What?
I got to share this over on Facebook real quick, so
No shenanigans? What?
keep talking. No, I said I got to share this. Keep talking.
Oh.
What are we going to talk about?
Well, we can
we can
talk
talk
about
Yeah,
everything that's happened since the
I'm
beginning
doing
of the
some
race.
research here.
Well, we think that just by looking at some numbers and some statistics, and our new helper here up in the tower, Mr. Dr. Waldrop.
The additional announcer.
Yes, the additional announcer, that we have cars that may have to pit within the last hour of this race, which may screw up a lot of
Oh,
Gonna shake up the finish for sure.
I got
Yes.
the answer.
what is the answer?
MSR.
Houston. That's right.
Oh.
So we were close. We were geographically close. We had the wrong track. It was MSR. So
Right state, wrong track.
9-4 Motorsports won in Texas.
Please stop using science in our show. Okay.
Science?
Thank you.
I don't know anything about
Geographic.
science. I'm a Republican.
So Jackie X.
God.
We're not allowed to talk like that. So Jackie X, second place. Team Infinity moving up.
Is he up?
Yeah, third place.
Oh, yeah. He's been running there for hours.
But he's moved up from somewhere else.
Good point. He's got you there.
Excellent point, Bill.
Started
He
somewhere.
got me there.
I'm sorry.
Bill is 100% correct.
Remember, I'm living on 4 hours sleep and working however long we've worked today.
You're splitting
probably
hairs,
walked a
Doc.
couple
He's got you.
miles today.
He's up higher than he was when he was on the trailer this morning.
That's right. Well, I don't know. He does tow an open trailer, so you never know. Actually, I think he drives it to the track.
Okay, so I don't know. This is, of course, unofficial on Race Hero, but Team Infinity has moved up no positions today.
They
Right.
started in
He
third.
started in third. I don't think that's right, though. He's in pit number 4 and pit number 19, his car number. The pit 19 started the race.
Yeah. So we have some data issues. Doc, can you sort that out?
No, I can't, Bill. Actually, remember, I don't even know how Orbitz works,
That's
and
true.
you want me to sort this out?
That's
You like hell.
Definitely
Under
not
the
his job
bridge.
description.
We go
It
in the
is
other
9-4
announcer.
Motorsports.
As
Lexus
the additional
SC
announcer, that
300,
is
number
not my
840.
responsibility.
That car currently
Sorry,
in fifth
folks.
spot.
What happened? When you've been on the air for 11 hours with no rest.
I don't have that great a mind to start with.
And these guys get to sit around all day. I'm the ones that have to get up.
Bill's
and
the
go do
one
all
out there
darn work.
doing the heavy lifting.
And I'm the oldest guy here.
Looks
Oh, wait.
like,
No, I'm not.
4 idiots heading back
funny.
out onto the racetrack.
I'm going to take a swing at Bill first. It'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I want video.
Round
I think
3
the rule
racing,
is
the
you're not supposed
602
to be
car looks like
on
they're in the
air
pits
for more
right
than
now.
3 hours.
Yeah, something like that. But we're not union, so.
Team Jackie Yates, the number 935, also in the pits right now, along with Propaganda and Valerian Steele.
Oh,
That's
dude.
so this turn. So coming out of pit lane onto the merge into the turn 1 is pretty scary as you come out because you're looking over your shoulder to look where the guys are coming because they're coming at you at about 100 miles an hour, and it's a bit scary. And we've seen teams come out and actually get hit right there
Where's that?
coming out of pit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the guys that are coming around turn 1 really have to be
Alert.
alert and polite to stay track left or
I mean,
let
the track
room for that,
looks like it's 100 feet wide there.
which it
looks
is.
like it goes forever. but
Ever.
doesn't.
It doesn't. It narrows
Gets
down
narrow.
really quickly.
Yeah.
That makes no difference to the race car drivers. They're driving as fast as they can through that turn, and it's like it's just one lane.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're going so fast.
4 or
Yeah.
5 go in and 3 come out.
Well, and of course, the fast lap at Sebring is hugging that turn 1 wall to driver's left,
Yeah.
and the pit out is about as far driver right as you can possibly get that I've ever seen on a course.
Absolutely, and the car is jumping to the left like it's no
Yeah.
come on.
Well, to the right. To the left coming out of 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17 it wants to push out to that wall, but that's the fast line. You want to basically touch your door handle onto the
And then
tires.
start moving right as you go down the main straightaway.
I told my guys, if you guys don't have tire rubber on that door handle, I'm going to be upset because you really weren't pushing the car. I'm kidding.
Half the time.
I'll never drive your car then, Bill.
Yeah, I would never tell my drivers that because they would do it.
They're just crazy enough.
Well, Troy, just like with Charlotte.
Yeah.
And Troy asked me, "Hey, are you going flat out into NASCAR 3 at Charlotte?" And I said, "Yeah." And so
It's the best story ever.
he's going through there and he's trying to go full flat out. And so afterwards,
Man,
after
it's hard.
stint, we're talking about it at dinner time, and
Jeez.
he says, "Oh man, I was trying to do what Bill does and go flat out in 3. And I'm like, dude, I never went flat out in 3. That's stupid. Because, we had no arrow in the car and there was this bump. And it just made the car scary and move up towards the wall. And I said, I tried it, but as soon as I hit that bump, I let off. And I never went flat out. And he was so mad. He goes, I did it twice. And I'm like, I almost died. And I'm like, how did Bill do this? There's no way Bill's better than me. And yeah, it was funny. Oh my God. So from now on.
Well, I think one of the times I heard that story is he said, so you can go flat out through 3? And Bill says, yeah, you can. And the tagline when y'all are sitting at dinner is Troy says, I don't see how you did that. And Bill says, I never did it. I said you could do it, but I never do it.
Yeah, he was so mad because he almost killed himself.
What are friends for?
I know. Well, that's like Charlotte is a great. We did the sprint races there, and we've done a couple other races where Troy and I actually race against each other with equal cars. And the Arrow, we're drafting,
right?
And it's really cool. We get to draft until we go into NASCAR 3,
right?
And as soon as I went into NASCAR 3, I just look at my wing, and my wing is just bouncing everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to not work. This ain't going to work.
Yeah.
I had no downforce in the back, and the whole rear of the car started to go around.
Oh man!
And he backed off, and I said, dude, don't do that again, because we share radio frequencies. Right. And so what's the next lap? He tries it again. I'm like, stop. So I coming out of NASCAR 4, I let him around me. We went around again, and I got under his wing. He was okay, back off.
I get what you're saying now. I understand completely now.
Oh, we had so much fun. Nothing's better than trying to kill your best friend.
Your best friend, yeah. Oh.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
Yeah, can you point that camera out the window there, Bill? It looks like it's still running, the pit cam.
Oh, is this one up here now working? Because it says it is.
I mean, no.
I have
the little Logitech camera.
It's just pinwheeling.
I think he's talking. Oh,
the one that's looking at the ceiling right now. Can you point that out the window?
Well, that's not very good. Okay.
I don't know. That's the one that was down there on the wall.
I have to take that with me. Yeah, and I need to change some batteries. Oh wait, we only have how long to go? 3 hours? Less than 3 hours?
Yeah.
All right, so
40.
Yeah, so I'm going to. We're not going to do the live. Did that not work? Oh, it's because Doc is using all our bandwidth. That's what it is.
Well, I'm on the Ethernet.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Right. So after this race is over, folks, I am going to record the interviews with everybody, and with our top, I think it's probably 6 or 7 cars, and I will upload those to the familiar sources of YouTube and Facebook, either tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Yeah, and you folks can watch that and celebrate with those folks. It's a little difficult to do this down here. We lose right below here where, he's over revving like crazy there. As it's a little difficult to do in front of the tower here live because of the building blocks some of the signals. So it's best. We found it best over the years just to record and send it up live. So once this race is over, Paulie, Doc, Tiffany, John, and myself will say aloha, and we will see you at the next race. Oh, not now, right?
What?
Can we just do it now?
What?
Just say bye to everybody?
No.
Okay.
No, we got to say we're on the clock, Bill.
And then tomorrow, Paulie all by himself will broadcast the Hastings race. I'm kidding. Paulie won't.
Yikes.
Right. He didn't sound too happy.
No, he didn't. He sounded less than amused.
Yes. He wanted to call me those words he called me this morning. Ooh, that was funny. We'll talk about that Monday, Paul. HR for you, buddy.
diverting to another topic.
Oh
Team
yeah, when it's
Jackie
about
Yates.
you.
The number 66 in P2 is in the pits.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it out for 5 minutes, but I got to work with these two
Be in there for
jokers.
5
Watch
minutes.
them go
There's
by.
plenty of time.
Yeah. Thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, this is going to be this is an unscheduled stop. He should have been able to go further.
Well, maybe not. Maybe he's scheduling it.
I remember what Ed said.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna need an extra stop in his
Yeah.
calculation.
In his estimation, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I must have not been listening at that part.
Oh, okay.
Why did he say that?
He felt that with the pace that there
Yeah.
was nobody was going to make it all the way to the end. They were going to
Okay.
have to make an additional stop.
Okay.
So that means they're in, and they're knowing they got to make another pit stop anyway.
Right.
So
There's 2.5 hours to go. They're still going to make one more.
right.
We haven't seen hardly any full course cautions either. So
Not
that's
since
really,
the early ones, yeah.
really not slowed the pace down or given anybody any advantages there.
Yeah. So the standings are right now, although Jackie Yates is in the pits right now at 239 laps, it's KSR Flat Out Racing leading with Team Jackie Yates in second, Team Infinity in third. 9-4 Motorsports in the 83 Toyota Supra is fourth. 9-4 Motorsports in the Lexus SC300 is fifth. Then it's Momo Champ, Round 3 Racing, Team Jackie Yates in the 935 car. Round 3 Racing in the 601, Empty Pockets, rounding out the top 10.
That top 10 has stayed pretty stable over the last
It really has.
few hours. I mean, the first couple of hours of the race, it was kind of everybody was moving all around, but now it seems like it's been that top 10 has kind of stayed pretty steady.
Yeah, it really has. And KSR is just, it's getting closer and closer to that point where it's like, you know what, these guys have commanded the majority of the race, and this is going to be a well-earned victory for them if they can make it to the end.
They can finish. Yes.
And I like Kevin's the way he was talking about it. It's like, well, if I can just keep it out of the wall on my stint, we'll be good. And I don't know. I just get out and drive. He's a funny guy. But
yeah.
So, okay, to give you an idea of the pace, gang, KSR won this race last year. So we can surmise that he dang sure knows what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
So last year, guess how many laps the winner did?
Well, I'm going to say they probably did fewer because there's just not that many cautions in this. I think we're going to do more laps this year.
They only completed 257 laps last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're only 17 laps down from that, and we've still got 2 hours and 36 minutes unofficially to go.
Right.
And I can't remember. Did we have any really bad weather last year?
Now here's something. TLM is parked.
I think they pitted.
Yeah, they're pitted.
There's nothing going on in the Yeah, I see the driver moving around a little bit. Well, there is somebody outside the window.
Yeah, you can see the lights over on the right is the spectator viewing area that's above the garages.
Got it. So they're buckling in a driver.
And he's all the way towards pit out.
Okay. The darker. Yeah.
So you can see the Sebring Bridge. Now, there's bridges all over this place. Kind of rivaling Road America now, it seems to me. Because, of course, Sebring draws huge crowds for the IMSA race. And, of course, this year they combined the IMSA race with the WEC race. So that only jacked up the number of crowds, people coming out to watch these races.
There's a look from
There's
turn
another
7.
bridge. There's the mobile bridge. That's approaching turn, or no, that's a mobile sign.
Yeah.
So that's turn 7 that we're looking at.
Yeah. It is. This is a great shot from inside the Floridian's car. You can see the bridges really well because they have lit them, and it just shows up
because
really
they
well.
have sponsor logos on them. Got to keep our sponsors happy.
It's a good reason to light them.
So, folks, if you want to get a camera in your car, here's a great idea too. See there, it says Floridian, so we can see whose car we're in. Because what happens is Bill has to go down there if we have a car go down, a maintenance mechanical issue. He's got to go down and change the camera, and it's really hard for us to keep track of what car he's putting these cameras in. So that helps. That would help us out immensely.
I like it when they put the driver's name, when they swap the drivers and they put
we
the
do
driver's
that.
name in there. That's nice because you know who's driving, like your fans at home.
Right.
Because we have so many.
Right?
Yeah.
There's thousands.
They'll get together and have a tea. No.
I'm sure there's watch parties that draw, millions of people to our broadcasts.
Well, if your name is Pippa Man or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And she just got out of the car, so that was her driving 169 TLM racing BMW. Just finished her second stint.
So, just looking over this, our running order right now, those round 3 racing, both of those cars, getting to Tiffany's point that she made, that the leaders really of this race haven't changed all that much. Sure enough, we've seen round 3 racing and running in 7th place. That's the Rocket car. There are other cars in 10th place. Momo Champ, our good friend Hiller Calda, he's been in 8th place, it seems like, for the whole race. So 9-4, their cars have been running great. He now with Team Jackie X in the pits, 9-4 has moved up to 2nd place. But they've been running 3rd and 5th place, seems like forever. So Team Jackie X, that 935 car, they've had that spin, and then the driver couldn't restart the car because the battery terminal had come loose. But they've recovered from that incident. There's I don't mean to sound this mean or something. There's probably no chance he's going to win this race. He's simply, he's 231. He's 10 laps down. And since these top 10 cars essentially hasn't changed, he's not making up any ground. And he's certainly not going to make up 10 laps. So, but, there's not just been a whole lot of attrition early in the race to these cars that are running in the top 10.
What's interesting is that back in the 70s and into the 80s, car failure, even in the 20, 30-minute, 40-minute race, was really common. Car, breakage.
Yeah.
We just had a lot of that. Even in the pro ranks, if you go back and look at Jim Fitzgerald's finishes, if you look at how many DNFs he had,
right?
It's like, wow, there's a lot of mechanical failures. And my dad's car, it was surprisingly reliable. We didn't have that many DNFs really. But that was unusual. And here we get into these cars, and we're racing. The cars are newer, but we're making these cars last. It's amazing. The attrition
it is amazing considering there's a lot more to make a modern car, and we're going to call these modern cars compared to what cars that John raced. Cars are so much more complicated now. With the BMWs and the ECUs, and it's hard to track down problems nowadays. We chased a fuel gremlin for years, it seemed like.
Well, there's a lot more components that can go wrong.
Yes. Yeah, you got things reporting to each other, and we don't even like to talk to each other. And you can imagine these cars, your ECU's not talking to your fuel injectors, and and on the BMWs, there's 3 relay blocks on the left inside in the hood. On the driver's side of the car, everybody wire ties those things down. Just for safety.
Yep.
Because you go off course, you're going to knock one out. You're going to lose your fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's so many components talking to each other, and to that effect, I mean, we've seen in a couple of races some of the very, very newer cars that race with us. The car will go into limp mode,
right?
Yep.
And so it's not like the driver is carrying an OBD2 with him, by fault code, well, your catalytic converter is going back. I don't have a catalytic converter, but you're in limp mode. And it's really hard to win one of these races in limp mode.
So much to be considered when going racing, and that's part of the fun, though. But we got to step away for break, so we're going to do so here as we reach the bottom of the hour. And we'll be back here shortly, folks. You're watching Champ Car Live, brought to you by AutoZone. KSR Flat Out Racing is your leader. Back in a moment.
I think I'm going to try buying tires online.
TireRack.com can help you with that.
I guess I could buy the same ones I have.
No need to guess.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
I mean, I am no tire expert.
You don't have to be. We've tested and rated thousands of tires.
Answer a few questions and you're good to go.
Someone should invent a tire decision guide or something.
Can he not hear us?
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance. Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Worn shocks and struts can be dangerous, so replace them with Duralast loaded struts to restore ride control and improve brake performance. They come with a new spring installed and compressed, so installation is safer and quicker, which means less hassle, more safety. Duralast loaded struts, available only at AutoZone.
Coming up next for the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series, it's Harris Hill Raceway September 28th and 29th for an 8+7. And then it's off to Pittsburgh International Race Complex October 5th and 6th for the Pittsburgh Grand Prix. To find out more information, go to www.champcar.org. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Champ Car Live, brought to you by AutoZone. Paul Veltum here, along with Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, Tiffany Alexander, John Veltum. Doc, I think I got everybody right. All right, let's talk about this race. What's happened today? A lot's happened today. So we started out with 73 cars, 72 cars started the race. Thanks, Bill. And so early on, we had 11-1 Racing blew a clutch, and that ended their day. We also had Tuttle Motorsports into the wall in the 107 car at about 9:30. Had a ball joint break under braking. We just went full course caution. And that ended that car. And shortly after that, the 108 car, they started having problems with the fuel system. So that car really hasn't been running right since. But up until that time, they were doing very well. We had KSR start making their pit stops right on those 2-hour marks. So things were going really well for them. But some of the cars that were up at the front, we had KSR, Crowd Control in their Mustang. We had the 935 of Team Jackie Yakes. And we had the 83 car of 94 Motorsports. And Team Infinity was up at the front as well. Crowd Control took the lead for a short period of time, around 1:15. We had a black flag issued to Crowd Control for smoking at 2:05. They came in, didn't find anything, sent the car back out, brought the car back in, realized they had transmission failure, and that ended their bid for the lead. The leader came in around 3 o'clock for a standard pit stop, and they noticed at the time while the driver was out there, Kevin was in the car, noticed he had a broken bolt in the shifter. They replaced that bolt while they were in the pits, got the car back out there during that pit stop, so everything worked out just fine. Cage Gauge Camaro 345, a broken shift fork in the transmission put them out. 5 o'clock, KSR, the leader, was black flagged for passing under caution in turn 11. They came in right at 5 o'clock. They took their penalty, 2 minutes, made their pit stop, went ahead and driver changed fuel, got back out, and never lost the lead. And at 6:26, at 5:30, the 626 team were smoking heavily. They brought the car and looked at it, decided it was just some tire smoke. But they did have an issue with the throttle cable earlier, and then they ended up having a broken strut in that car. So that's most of the drama right there.
Well, no, right now we have some drama going on.
What's going on?
DOS idiots put the car into the wall. I don't know where. Maybe T13. That's the 215. No, don't use that one. There we go. We're under full course caution right now. Pace car is out. It sounds like the DOS Idiots car was able to continue on after impacting the wall. Safety trucks went out there. They're taking a look at it now. It does look like it's T13. Let's see. Let me get my other glasses on here. They may be bringing the pace car in now.
All right.
And sorry, there's a lot going on up here. I'm trying to just figure out.
That's all right.
What's going on? Yeah,
you can
Al's
look
up
at
here
that.
talking, so it's really loud.
While you guys are looking at that, I'll just run through the.
Yeah, so it looks like T13, T14, somewhere in that area. So DOS Idiots has continued on, and we're waiting to see if they come down pit lane here. And it sounds like the pace car may be coming in this lap.
Of course, KSR with the pace car in front. Meanwhile, while this race was transpiring, this 14-hour race, we had another 8-hour race that took place out in Hastings, Motorsports Park Hastings, and that race concluded with Ergolab.com winning the race, Milan Plus 2 finishing second, Tired finishing third, Craymaster Racing in fourth, Team Kichiro in fifth. So there's a look at the results from that race.
Yeah, something cool that they do here at this track is when we go full course yellow at night, every emergency services vehicle turns their flashers on. So all you see is flashing lights all the way around the track where the staging areas are for the EV cars or trucks.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the EV one of the EVs just went down the front straightaway. So we have a double yellow on the front and EV flag out, and that just went back in. Flags are in. Looks like we'll be going back to green.
Yeah, pace car is out, obviously pacing the leader right now. So it's KSR flat out, leading at 245 laps. We've got 9-4 Motorsports in the Toyota in second. Team Jackie Yakes in their Mitsubishi in third. This is the 66 car. Team Infinity in fourth. 9-4 Motorsports in the 840 car, which is the Lexus, is in fifth. Then we've got Round 3 Racing in the 602 Porsche in seventh. Then it's Momo Champ and their Miata in eighth. Team Jackie Yakes, the 935 Mitsubishi, is ninth. Round 3 Racing is 10th in the 601 car.
Pace car's in. We're back to green.
Yep. Pace car peels off and releases KSR, the leader of the race. It goes back to full throttle.
Hey, R3R is right on their tail with their Porsche. Some of these cars are back to racing 3 wide coming down the front straightaway, as you see there. Green flag a waving.
So about 2 hours and 17 minutes remain in the race, Bill.
Yep. So we're into overtime now.
Well, I couldn't help but think, that's true, and maybe that's what brought this crash, that.
No, what brought the crash was me, and I'm sorry to say that, when you're in the tower, you're not supposed to say, hey, we haven't had a yellow flag in a long time.
Oh, it's that laser you've been playing with up there.
Yeah. No, I was talking to Dana and the track folks here, and I said, man, it's been a long time since we had a yellow, and they about jumped on me. And what happens? We have a full course yellow. Dana walked during there now.
Like,
Dana walked over. Yeah, Dana walked over to me and said, you know what? You caused this.
Your fault. Your fault.
I cowered a little bit over here.
Keep your mouth shut.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Chiswick gets really mad when I do that.
He gets mad when
how many times?
Yeah, hey, why haven't we had a yellow in a while?
He gets really mad when I mention the word rain.
You guys aren't doing your job. We haven't had enough yellows. We need more. We need more yellows to get these guys to jump into pit lane. That's the kind of stuff we do.
Yeah, we need some drama.
Drama. That's what we want. I'm getting shished down there.
Throw a banana peel out there or something.
Yeah, we're not allowed to throw banana peels out there anymore since the last time we threw a banana peel out there and caused that 12-car pileup.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. We're not supposed to say 12-car pileup. I'm just losing it today.
Don't
They're
even
gonna
think.
throw you out.
AKA the big one.
The big one.
And Dana's now leaving.
Yeah. We don't have the big ones in Champ Car.
In sports car. No, we don't have that in sports car racing. They're too spread out. You normally get that in NASCAR stuff where they're all bumper to bumper.
Yeah. And the cars weigh 3,800 pounds, and they slide for a mile before they come to a stop.
Well, they're doing 600 miles an hour.
Yeah. That too. So if you're just joining us, folks, we're at Sebring International Raceway. It is the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series 14-hour race at Sebring International Raceway. Coming up on the final 2 hours of racing here to determine the winner of this year's 14-hour race. The winner of the race.
See how well lit this track is? This is what I like, except a couple of spots coming up. It is kind of dark. So you're right here. It gets really dark, and all those lights over there, they kind of blind you. Then you got the bridge here that's well lit. You got to find your braking point. It's really dark right here, especially with the dark concrete with the drag racing they do or whatever they do there. And turn out here. It's a little dark back here. You just aim for certain lights for certain points. And this is the backside of the course. We're coming into turn 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a pretty cool. You stay outside and come in unless you're in a Opel GT, and that's when an MR2 comes out of nowhere and hits you.
This is 13 through Tower here.
Yeah.
That's
Collier. That's Collier. Tower's more forward. So this is Collier coming into 11, 12. And now you straighten it out here. You go to the outside and basically keep it floored and just take that car as wide as you can out Tower. This is Tower. Turn 13. And then floor it. There's a lot of drag racing done right here for this corner. A lot of guys get in trouble here too. Coming into 14 or Bishop and heading into 15. This is a pretty fun little turn here. It can be hard to do sometimes. It gets really dark in this spot, as you can see. And it's really dark. This corner is well lit, but as soon as you get around here, it's really dark down there.
And hard to find your visual markers there.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Not bad?
This screen is not as in real life. You have a lot more contrast.
Okay.
But because of the dash lights here, it takes away some of the contrast. But basically, just keep it floored. Look for your brake marks. You've been driving this all day. You know where your brake marks are. You can tell by this the skid marks in the grass. Now this gets really dark. This is really dark down here. Of course, it's really light on the screen. But when I raced here last time, that was really dark.
I think you just complain a lot, Bill.
It could be. It could be. Why is it so dark? I can't see.
Could have something
it's common with racers.
But see, back when I raced this track,
right,
this was
cataracts.
My cataract. When I raced my cataract.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times at this track. Some really sad times too. One time I didn't even get to race. My car broke big time. We got everybody in the car, and I was next in, and my driver brought it in with a gearbox that sounded like it had popcorn in it.
Oops. And this was my first ever Champ Car race. I raced at Sebring many years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of like 2013 maybe or something.
Yeah. That was like our third race because I think 2011 was our first. 2010, 2011 was the first race on the club course, and then we did the following year we did a race because I did a race there in my car, my Mark I MR2. The next year I raced for Troy Trulio where I think we finished 6th. We got a trophy. That was like the first time I'd ever got a trophy racing with somebody, and then. Yeah, and the next year I said I have to come back, and I came back with my own car up until the last year I raced. So with I think 2015, 16, 2017, 18, 19. So 2016 was the last time I raced here with my car. And we were supposed to bring the MR2 to this race, but we broke it again, and we brought the Opel GT, which was all dominating at this track for the first. I think we dominated the garage.
Okay. Like the first whole lap, maybe. No.
Yeah.
You dominated the garage.
Sometimes. Yeah, we were right under. So we're up in the tower here. So we were paddocked right, or our garage is right below the tower here, and we're trying to get the carburetor tuned as best we could, but we didn't know that it was like all the gaskets on it were totally fried, and the car sat for like 18 years, and they were just dry rotted, and so we.
Really?
Trying to get it to it set for a long time, so we're trying to get the car to work, to rev, and so we're sitting down there except it didn't sound like that because it was open exhaust, no muffler, and Mike and Dana were not happy because it just reverberated through this building, and it was very loud. Good times. Nothing's better than making your boss all angry at you.
So you have a long history of ticking him off, huh?
Yeah, just like women.
Good at it. Okay. It's a special skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till you get to the racetrack and then do the maintenance.
Well, yes, duh. No. So, no, what happened was we broke the car. Where was it? It was VIR. So we got it home. Basically had Christmas. I had a week to prep the car before we left for Sebring.
Didn't do anything.
Well, the car had set for 18 years, and prepping the car meant that I had to get the cage in order. We had to get air in the tires. We had to paint it because you got to make it look nice, and all that
really
stuff.
important.
Well, and bring up all the safety items. So we got all the fire systems, all that. We got all that done, my son and I, and we got it on the trailer. The paint was still wet. We got down here and we basically finished working on it. Yeah, it worked. We had
great.
The other thing was we had a hard time finding brakes for a 73 Opel GT, so we went to every AutoZone we could and found brake pads because we thought we'd have to change the brakes every half hour. Turns out, geez, I'm still running on the same pads I put on it after 2 races in the track day. So yeah, probably because we don't go fast enough to actually need brakes.
Right.
Good times, but it was fun. We had a good time. We even caught the car on fire. It's done all kinds of cool stuff.
You put catching it on fire into the same category as cool stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because everybody was okay.
It was a little flame.
All's well that ends well.
All the systems worked-ish. So, yeah, well, we found out there's a few things we'd fix, and we got a little complacent with our safety, and that really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. And I'm kind of glad it did, because if we had the same thing happen while my car was moving, my car caught on fire during a red flag, and it was sitting still. So if we had been moving, that might have, and there wasn't 50 fire extinguishers 20 feet away, we would have been in a lot worse problems. So, and part of that was
during a red
practicing.
flag.
Yeah, for another fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think what did he try to
flooded the
start it?
carb.
He tried to restart it, and then it all went bad.
yeah, the carburetor flooded, and being a non-cross flow head, the exhaust and the carburation are on the same side, and they don't work together well.
Like
So,
catches fire, you keep cranking it. That's what you do.
oh yeah, that's what you do. You just keep cranking it and making the pedal go up and down. That works too. Yeah. You do that for insurance purposes. So, but yeah, we fixed a lot of that stuff. It runs well now. It just doesn't want to stop. We have a master cylinder issue that we're working on.
Oh my God.
It's hard finding parts for 1970s cars. That's why, it's like the same thing with the 90s cars that we're running. It's getting harder and harder to find parts for these cars because all these racers are racing them and using up all the parts inventory. So that's why I'm kind of
not making performance parts for those old cars like that anymore.
They're not.
I thought you took care of the master cylinder issue.
No, I did. I bought a new one. It's just I'm still working on it. So the master cylinder might be slightly larger than what I pulled out as the
9.4 comes in.
Yeah, 9.4 comes into pit lane.
This
we put a bigger. There was only a larger master cylinder available, so I got that, and now the pipes don't exactly match up right.
Did you turn in the core? Do you still have the core?
Core?
Do you have the original?
I have all the original stuff for that car. Yes, I know that place you told me about. Yes,
you can still get that done. So that's an option.
Yeah, that's an option for somebody else.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I have all brand new stuff.
Well, that's exactly what you'll get.
Well, we bought it too because we're going to put the Ferrari brakes on it. So, no, the 1960s Ferrari brakes bolt onto the Opel GT. They all use that same style brake caliper. I forget the name of the brakes. It's a European brake manufacturer. But yeah, they're all 1960s style brakes. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, I like saying Ferrari, but they're the same exact brake caliper as what a Volvo 140 from 1969 uses, or 1970 or something like that.
And that's the conversion for the Datsun Roadster, is to use the Volvo brake calipers.
Absolutely. Yes. That's right.
Yeah. So it's I think the Volvo is used pretty much on everything. So, but it sounds cooler to say Ferrari.
Well, sure.
Especially when you're in tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, John, you've raced vintage cars, so you really wouldn't call them vintage because they were new when you were young, right?
Yeah. Vintage? Heck no.
Vintage would be like 40s, 50s cars?
No. How about 1969?
Oh, okay, 69.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
So
71. Paulie's Roadster was considered vintage.
yeah,
And
that's a
that was-
Datsun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that. Our tech, Ray Frank has a 1960s Datsun Roadster in his shop, just sitting there. It's the top. It needs a new top and a few other things, but it's all complete. And right next to that is a V8 powered. What is that thing? It's a V8 powered Sunbeam.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sitting right next to it. He picked up the Datsun was sitting out in the field for a long time. I think the Sunbeam was in a garage, but it was up on jack stands and set like that for like 30 years. But it's all both cars are complete. So if you're interested, because I know he's probably wanting to get rid of some of his inventory because he's going to start racing his Miata, making them offer. Ray Frank, and that's at ray.frank@champcar.org. And he's got an old.
Paulie had a Bob Sharp 1600 Roadster.
Oh wow! I've seen pictures of that. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a great car. I drove it.
Was it a true Bob Sharp one?
No, it was a tribute car.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay, tribute car. Okay.
It was, but it was a Bob Sharp car.
Yeah, it was built back in the day.
Yeah.
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 And it was a good car.
Cool.
Yeah, I tracked down I found the roll bar number and tracked it down to, found out who built the car. And
whoa, he got a little squirrely there. Did you see that, Floridiot?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to drive the car, and we took it to Blackhawk Farms and ran a BRR race, and Paul won the race.
Oh, wow.
A good race. It was a good car.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Paul wins a race. Where's Doc? Oh, there he is.
Connor, Ray's son, is saying, "Contact me. I need the money."
Of course, Connor says that.
Yeah, don't call my dad. Call me. Both 9.4 Motorsports cars in the pits right now, along with Sub Park Racing. So the standings after 252 laps as we get ready to head over to commercial. KSR Flat Out Racing leads with 9.4 Motorsports in the number 83 Toyota, second, Team Jackie Yakes in P3. Stay with us, everyone. Back in a moment.
I probably need new tires.
You do.
What if they sold tires online?
We do. We're TireRack.com.
They could offer lots of tires.
We have so many tires.
And help you find the right tire.
It's called the Tire Decision Guide.
Oh, and they could ship them to a nearby mechanic.
We shipped over 7,000 independent recommended installers.
This is an amazing idea.
Sorry.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
I did it. You see how it's...
That's it.
We did it.
You did it. You can do it.
The path to I did it starts at AutoZone. Get in the zone.
It's iRacing commentator David Haynes. In 2019, I'm excited to be bringing coverage of the Champ Car Sim Series, the sim racing division of the Champ Car Endurance Series. Contested across 15 championship rounds using the 2015 Mazda MX-5, the winners will receive a free entry into a real Champ Car Endurance Series race in the 2020 season. Each points round will be broadcast live by HJBC. Head to forum.champcar.org for full information and schedule. Sign-ups are open, so get registered now. Best of luck, and I'll see you at the track.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Located in Northeast Ohio with 40 years of combined experience, Money Shift Racing knows how to deliver performance and safety, offering everything you need to get your vehicle and drivers ready for race day. From safety equipment to full engine assembly and repair, in-house fabrication, 3D design, and rapid prototyping. Money Shift Racing. Performance done right. Coming up next for the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series, it's Harris Hill Raceway September 28th and 29th for an 8+7, and then it's off to Pittsburgh International Race Complex October 5th and 6th for the Pittsburgh Grand Prix. To find out more information, go to www.champcar.org. Yeah, welcome back everyone to Sebring International. It is the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series. We're at Sebring International for a 14-hour endurance race. The TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series. It is ChampCar.Live, brought to you by AutoZone. I'm Paul Veltum, along with Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong. Tiffany's called it a night. Thank you, Tiffany, for your hard work. And my dad, John Veltum.
I'm still here.
Still hanging out.
Maybe I should go out to Pittsburgh and help you cover the race out there.
Oh, the pit race? Yeah. I won't be there, but I'll be here. But yeah, that race needs covered. We need some help.
Which race?
Cool.
Pit race.
Oh yeah.
That's Dad's home. So
Pittsburgh.
You remember Beaver Run? That's what it is. We just renamed it Pit.
I know exactly where
you knew that.
That would be so cool.
They've added to that track, Dad. It's twice as big as it used to be.
And for some reason, it's popular. We don't know why all of a sudden that race sold out.
Man,
what
people
happened?
Love that track.
It is. Yeah, they do.
A lot of elevation changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Kind of like Mid-Ohio. It's a real driver's track.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweeping corners. It's fast, and through that section, those sections, it's fun. I got to drive out there someday, but I got other things that I'm trying to do.
I haven't driven the track.
So what were they like when I was driving? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I said this out loud. So the tower was talking about, the folks here at Sebring were talking about a car that was basically running his race up until he gets to 14, Bishop, and he almost comes to a stop, and he's kind of a hazard. And Dana's like, well, that's the way he's running his race. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what were they like up here when I was running the Opal? It's like, we're getting passed every 3 to 4 laps by everybody. I'm serious. I think we only did like 120 laps.
Oh,
there goes JB Bugs, by the way.
Yeah, JB Bugs just came down pit lane,
which probably still has a camera in the car.
Yeah, is it still working?
No, I had to get you off the track.
Long time ago, it quit a long time ago.
Oh, darn!
I sent you a message, but
driving too slow.
Wow, define slow.
When you're a danger to the rest.
Well, I think they were trying to kill me anyway, so how to get rid of the problem child? Oh, just let him continue racing.
Oh my God.
So standings right now, looks like our leader's in the pits.
Yeah, and they're 3 laps up, right?
That's what it
I
says.
have the wrong glasses. I got the monitor way far away here, and I can't. I've got my short glasses on. I need my longer glasses. So 9-4, how far are they back? 23 seconds back from Jackie X. Yeah.
Hey,
and
Doc,
Team
you can get new glasses for $69. You know that.
Oh, my wife has really good insurance, so I get really cheap glasses. So 10 seconds back is Team Infinity. That's why I have multiple pairs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You kind of have to when you get to be older. Right, Paul?
Oh, is that how that works?
I would like to have. I do need another pair of glasses that I can. I want the kind that you went after that are just for the computer.
Yeah. So that's if anybody out there. I found one day I accidentally I wear bifocals, and I was at work, my old the job I retired from. And I also had reading glasses. I wore contacts every now and then, but I had reading glasses that you pick up at Walmart sitting on my desk. And one day I turned away from the computer and I turned back, and I just out of habit, I put my reading glasses on top of my regular glasses and looked at the computer and realized, what the hell did I just do? But I could see the screen. I could see it perfect. And it's like, whoa. So for like a year and a half, I wore I looked stupid, and of course, everybody made fun of me, but I didn't care because I didn't have a hurt neck anymore because I would always tilt my head back so I could see through the bifocals to see the screen. So I finally, this year, when I went to get my eyes checked, I told the doc about this. I said, I'd really like to have a full set of bifocals, just all bifocal glass so I could work on the computer. And got me a set, and man, it is the best.
Okay, because I didn't really even know how to ask for it. I was just like, well, I don't work. I work on computers, but I don't need the top section.
Yeah, well, they had measure how far away your screen is.
Okay,
and then you tell the doc that hey, my screen is 20 inches away from my face, so I'd like to be able to see that far away, and he'll make a full set of glasses for you.
Right, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever. And now I don't look like such a dork with 2 or 3 pairs of glasses on top of my head.
We've always found it to be endearing, Bill.
Yes, endearing. But I have a child. I have teenagers, so they're embarrassed to bring their friends over, and Dad has 5 pair of glasses.
I don't think it's the glasses, Bill.
Well,
I love you like a brother, but I
yeah.
I don't think it's the glasses.
Yeah, it's all right. My wife points it out all the time. So. All the time.
Yeah, your wife will always make sure you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, all the details.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Oh yeah. Hey, they go back 20 or 30 years or however long I've known her. Yeah.
Women never forget anything.
No, never.
Oh, jeez.
No, we don't talk about that though. That's in the man code. That's like how much you spend on your race car. You just never talk about it.
Yeah. They bring something up that happened 15 years ago, and I can't even remember any of it.
Yeah. Well, it's like the other day, my wife's like, we got in a little argument, and I moved on, and later on, I would say maybe 8 hours later, she yells at me are you going to be mad at me, or are you just going to be nice to me? And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, this morning you were just really mad at me and did it. And I'm like, well, that was this morning. And I didn't even remember it.
I think we got.
Guys can have.
Wait. Does Paulie ever get yelled at home? Does Jenny ever yell at Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said something about putting John to work. John could come over. Oh, JB Bugs behind the wall.
Yeah, it's the camera's working. I decided to go back and try it, and they just.
Oh, whoa.
Maybe an engine swap.
Now they're going to jack up the left rear.
Maybe I should send a crack pit reporter down there named Doc Waldrop.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should go see why JB Bugs is in.
Absolutely.
No, he just turned away.
He's ignoring you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tiffany.
So reliable all day long. You got to find out what the heck's going on.
Yeah, they've got It's like I said, this track just beats up everybody. It doesn't care if you're a Volkswagen from the 60s to a new GT86.
Right.
They're going to jack up that corner and take a look at it.
Sure.
We still got, a couple hours almost left in the race, so they got some time to work on it, get them back out there.
See, pit lane's a little less crowded right now at this time of night. A lot of teams failed and packed up, but that's Sebring. You always start out with a huge number and you end with a little tiny number. And only the strong will survive this track, and
that's why I don't race there.
Serious. I think
it's like you're at the market. Chews up the teams like crazy. Yeah.
I think it's one of the best tracks in the world. I mean, it's racing. I think is not just about you going as fast a lap as you can.
Absolutely.
It's you. Yeah, it's you surviving the track. It's you making the car survive the track, and
that's why they talk about repaving this place.
No.
When they talk about it. Oh, no.
No, it would ruin this place.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Yeah, it would just never be the same. We saw how with Nelson Ledges, I thought it was a great track, but yeah, it just got in a lot of disrepair, and that that track was just hurting cars left and right, with chunks of concrete being picked up and thrown onto other cars or motorcyclists. That was the worst part. And when they repaved it, it's a totally different track now. It's so fast. Yeah. And if you get in trouble, it's going to hurt.
You might end up in a swamp.
Yeah. Well, so we found out. Remember, we talked about that car that went off, and I went out with the pace car, and it was like some cop show where they're chasing after the criminal. All the flashlights are looking for the criminal going through the forest. Well, that's kind of what it looked like, and people had complained that the car was out there for way too long before the corner workers noticed. Well, they couldn't find it. Well, what had happened was 2 cars had gone off. We think that 2 cars had collided there and gone off in the same area. So when one car came back on, the corner workers thought that was it. That was the one car that got offline. Well, the other car was packed way far in there that another set of corner workers actually had to physically turn around to see the lights. That's when they noticed it. But it wasn't that long. Other teams had reported the car in there, and it was pretty cool that teams actually, reported the cars that went off. And a lot of times we heard it, and we'd always confirm with the tower whenever we got, word, just in case they didn't know something. But they were always working those those cars when we heard about it. So you just can't stop a race and go out there and look. You got to find out where everybody is, get everybody slowed down before you release your safety folks. Though the safety folks at Nelson Ledges, man, they were ready to race everybody. Those guys are fast.
Back there, well, it's been a long time since I've raced at Nelson Ledges, but they used to be back there along the back straightaway. If you went off, you were buried in
the swamp. Yeah, the swamp. Yeah. Yep. So I think it was 2015, 2014. I went out, and I love that track so much. I know Brian Bartsey and his wife, and I'd leave a little early and try and get a primo location at the track. And so I got there a couple days early and started setting up my camp. The problem was that whole back straight, they had so much rain, the whole back straight was underwater. And it was pretty it was pretty bad. And I got a high spot. It was nice because you could see the high spots because it wasn't underwater. So I got a high spot, and that's where I camped. But so it was funny. It was like 2 days later, there was no water anywhere. It completely gone. But if you had got off back there, you would never find your car again.
One thing about that racetrack was, that's a fast place.
Oh yeah, very. And it's always been like that.
Small racetrack.
Yep.
You might think otherwise, but that is a fast racetrack.
Yeah. And it takes skill to drive it fast too. It's not just one that you just go point and shoot. Wow, that RX-7 was way off. To see the sparks underneath that car.
Yeah.
As he came back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good place to get off because there's a lot of cars go off to the side there and they dig it up. Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. Really cool place for especially somebody that's new in the sport.
Yeah. So John, where of all the tracks you've raced at all your life, what is your favorite track to race at?
Mid-Ohio is my home track. I've raced there so many times. Driven professional races there and SCCA and driver schools and everything you can think of in Mid-Ohio.
I've done one race there, and that was an incredible track. So much going on. Car number 958 is getting is getting meatballed. Something hanging off on that car.
Yeah, I had some, Mid-Ohio is a driver's track.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the best car in the world to win or to place well.
Right. Paul, where's your favorite track?
Watkins Glen.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
I do like Watkins Glen. There's so much history there. It's a very fast track. And you have to be really.
I did drive a race at Watkins Glen, and it was holy man.
Yeah, there's some scary parts of that track. You just point and shoot, and I just squint a little bit, and you open your eyes. And, I made it. I'm cool.
Kind of like Road America. Really fast. And,
I don't know. Personally, I wasn't. Road America was mostly go really fast, turn right, go really fast, turn right, go really fast, turn left, go really fast, turn another left. I mean, it's just, I don't know. There were aspects of it I liked, and my drivers liked it a lot. I don't know. And there might have been some other characteristics with my car not performing like we thought it would. I made some mistakes in the setup.
Kink at Road America, in the back straightaway, the kink. Oh man.
No, we didn't run the kink. We ran the motorcycle course part of it.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, we don't run the kink there.
When you're going back through that area, then you got the throttle wide open. The car is going as fast as your car would ever go.
Right.
You have to go through that without lifting.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I also broke into Canada Corner a hub. That was scary. Under braking. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And I turned right, and the car actually turned right with me. So, and we continued up to the paddock. Yeah. But yeah, that was scary. That was really.
You'll
Yeah.
find out how fast your car is there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love Road America. It's definitely a favorite of mine. I could race there. I'm going to race there again here in the fall. So that's twice I will have been there this year. I could do that every year. Wouldn't bother me a bit.
I have 2 tracks that are my favorite, and Sebring and Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Those are my my 2 absolute favorite tracks.
Yep.
And I think because of the S's, the climbing S's at Road America and the S's here, and then the straightaways and the speeds that you're approaching and the braking points are just so critical that if you miss them, you're going to hurt yourself.
But you like the S's, excuse me, at Road Atlanta too. Those dropping S's.
Well, Watkins Glen and Road Atlanta. Those are the best S's, I think.
Yeah. Have you ever driven at Brainerd?
I have not driven Brainerd. I actually hadn't retired yet last year, or a couple of years ago, so I wasn't able to go up there. And last year we didn't have enough cars to justify me going up there. As a 958 is meatballed again. I'd really like to have gone up there.
I got a bunch of people asking me about JB Bugs and updates on them. I don't have anything on JB Bugs.
All right. Why don't I do this? Since Doc is just finishing his dinner, I'm going to head down there, guys. I'm going to find out. I don't have my gear with me.
Well,
but
just bring the information back.
Yeah. Let you know.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. Yeah,
that was cool.
We'll get some crack reporter on the job here for you folks. Find out what's going on with the little Super Beetle. That's a pretty cool car.
We got to get that car back on the track. Come on.
Oh, they're working on it. The driver's still in the car. They're working on it right now. I mean, there's really nothing you can't do to that car in about 20 minutes because you could replace anything.
You can replace the engine, rebuild the shirt block.
It's like a Jeep.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like an old Jeep. You can just swap it out. If you got the parts, you're good to go, babe.
Oh, boy.
That's cool. He's in there telling him what to do. Jack it up on the torsion bar.
The car that you drove that had the Beetle engine in it.
Oh, yeah, the Formula V. Yeah. Oh, they're pushing him back out. I don't think Bill's going to get down there in time. They're pushing him out.
There they go.
Got his lights on. And that Boxster engine. Here we go. Down the pit road. He's heading back out, man.
I wonder which engine they really have in this car.
We just missed him coming down the pit road there, but yeah, I saw him up in the monitor. Yeah, he's going to take that car back out, man. I don't know, Dad. They had this car. There's one of our favorite stories. They had this car out here, I think it was a couple years ago. They had an engine failure. They brought it into the pits and did the engine change in the pits. And it was like 13 minutes or something. They changed the engine.
Hell yeah.
There's
only bolts holding it in there.
Yeah, we've got like a 30-minute max you can be in the pits, to do something. Otherwise, you start taking laps. And they had it changed. They had changed it out of there like 13 minutes or something, 9 minutes. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty funny.
Hey, remember when you had your Formula V at Black Hawk Farms? How easy they fixed a huge oil leak.
Yeah. We had
pull the engine out and
I still got pictures of us pulling that thing out. 2 guys could just pick the engine up and just pull it right out of the car.
Yeah, we picked it up and we had somebody help us out with the rear main seal. And
what a pain in the butt that was. How do you find somebody to with a welder, at 9 o'clock at night is willing to do that on a Saturday? But we did.
It's just the racing community.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about racing is all the people that are with you, that are ready to help you out, whatever you need.
Yeah, that's what happened. We were trying to get the bolts out that held the flywheel in, and we didn't. It was too tight, and it was busting the studs. We were trying all kinds of stuff, trying to get that out of there, and we ended up taking it someplace, and he had the right tools.
This guy came along. We took the engine to his home.
Yeah. Took it to the guy's house, and he
Yeah, we did.
took it out to his shop and threw it up on the bench, and he's sitting there smoking a cigarette with a welder, and we got it done.
It's great.
Yeah.
Don't put a lighter in your pocket if you're welding.
This is the voice of experience talking here. So much.
No, I've still got my legs. I have a friend that doesn't have a leg because of that, though.
Oh, jeez.
Put a lighter in his pocket. What?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. I don't know.
It blew the lighter up?
He blew the lighter up. Blew his leg off.
No.
Yes.
Removed the leg?
Lighter?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Really?
Yes. You'd be amazed at the ways you can really screw yourself up.
Wow. Poor guy. That sucks.
Wow.
Industrial accidents are nasty.
Yes. Industrial accidents usually are way larger than anything can happen at home.
Well, I mean, you'll see a lot of, I know with my experience in the Navy, almost everybody I know that works on fighter jets or almost any Navy aircraft, you won't see them with any jewelry on.
Yeah, right.
Because your first week in technical training, they take you in when you go to what's called naval aviation. Is
take all your rings off. Don't wear any rings.
Yeah, because you'll deglove your hand.
Well, you'll rip your finger off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, degloving is painful too, but at least you get your cap of your digit, but it never works quite the same way again.
Hey, Doc. I'm a coastie.
Are you really? Dana Morrison is a coastie. We've got John Velton, Paulie's dad, on with us, and he's a coastie.
I'm a coastie. I spent 4 years in the Coast Guard.
Dana's still active duty.
Oh my God. I left the Coast Guard so I could go racing.
There you go. Well, were you making too much money, John? Because I want to hear that story.
All right, and I've got an update on the bug. Okay, guys. So Dwayne, Chad, whoever else wants to know on the bug, they came in because the jam nuts on the clutch cable came loose, so they fixed it and got it back out. So what that is the clutch cable is adjustable, and they've got nuts. Right. They've got nuts on there to locate that. If that comes loose, that clutch cable would come out of adjustment, and he wouldn't get the travel that he wants.
So you don't get the full engagement, basically.
Disengagement, yeah, or you're probably more likely disengagement, where he's pushing it, but it's not releasing the clutch enough. But whatever the case, they came in, fixed it, got him back out.
I did say that wrong, didn't I?
Pretty easy fix. Probably didn't damage anything. Just pretty straightforward. He knew what was wrong. He knew what needed to be looked at least. As soon as they came in, he said, "Jack up this corner of the car. Put the jack there." You didn't even get out of the car.
Right.
Kind of knew what was going on. Of course, this is his livelihood. He works on those things, right, Doc? He's got a shop. He knows these things inside and out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he's probably felt that. 30 times cars come in the shop. He knew exactly what was going on. Oh, yeah, I know what this is.
Yeah. Been there, done that, had that happen, got the T-shirt.
Okay. Jack up the back of the car.
Everything that comes up, one of us has been through it.
Yeah.
One of us has made the same thing.
You will need a flashlight and two 10mm wrenches and
yeah. Oh, I know exactly how many extensions you need to get those the starter bolts out of the transmission housing.
Oh, we reached the bottom of the hour. I got a break for commercial. Back in a few here, folks. Stay with us. Yippee.
I think I'm going to try buying tires online.
TireRack.com can help you with that.
I guess I could buy the same ones I have.
No need to guess.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
I mean, I am no tire expert.
You don't have to be. We've tested and rated thousands of tires.
Answer a few questions and you're good to go.
Someone should invent a tire decision guide or something.
Can he not hear us?
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance. Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Worn shocks and struts can be dangerous, so replace them with Duralast loaded struts to restore ride control and improve brake performance. They come with a new spring installed and compressed, so installation is safer and quicker, which means less hassle, more safety. Duralast loaded struts, available only at AutoZone.
Coming up next for the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series, it's Harris Hill Raceway September 28th and 29th for an 8+7, and then it's off to Pittsburgh International Race Complex October 5th and 6th for the Pittsburgh Grand Prix. To find out more information, go to www.ChampCar.org.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. It is Champ Car Live, brought to you by AutoZone, and I'm Paul Veltum. And so, unfortunately, the clutch cable did fail on the JB Bugs Super Beetle, and they are stranded out on the racetrack, so they're going to be towed back. So there's some late news there. Also, I got a message here that one of the teams, the 679, let's see who's that, no, 679. This is Mean Green Racing. Gosh, what a terrible day they've had of it. So the number 679, team Mean Green Racing had water in their gas, and I guess a bunch of teams are complaining of the same thing. Gas purchased from Exxon in town. So if you purchased gas from Exxon in town, be aware that there are several teams that are experiencing a problem with water in their fuel. So it has been passed along to you, my friends. Please let your teams know if you're listening to this.
All you have to do is add some alcohol to the mix.
Like some isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
what
there-
those additives that you put in.
Oh,
That's what they really are. They're just alcohol.
gotcha.
But that's terrible. What a shame. Jeez.
Yeah, so they're pulling the bug in.
So it's funny, we were on JB Bugs, and because the corner workers have been looking for him.
Yeah, I don't know if they're pushing him or what's going on, but
No, he's under his own power. They have sent a truck out for him, but now it looks like he's stopped again.
Yeah.
Yep, there's the truck. Safety workers are at him.
Yeah. Here's KSR.
He probably has the same problem. Water in the gasoline.
Well, you had that problem with the clutch cable, and now I'm hearing that it broke. That's the word I'm getting back. Bill is down there in the pits, so I think he talked to his crew and told him it broke. That'd be my guess.
That's too bad.
Yeah. It stinks. He's probably got a spare. So he'll probably be back out there in about 3 minutes after he gets towed back in.
Good point, Paul. How long does it take to replace the clutch cable in the VW?
2 screws.
About 4 minutes.
It's all right there. I mean, the transmission and the whole thing is the size of a football. It's right there.
Right.
Oh, shoot. There's beanbags that are bigger than that whole thing.
So I gave Dana the news. It's like, we theorized maybe he finally broke the clutch cable. And Dana says, just jam it in a gear. I drove an hour like that one time.
Yeah.
Just come into the pits and put it in, third gear. Just drive it that way.
But he can't do that out there.
I pointed out, who knows, it may be a rental driver, and he doesn't want to risk having to pay for it.
He'll get killed out there in that car driving like that. He's got to have gears. The car doesn't have enough power to get out of the corners.
Just drive it. Shut up.
Shut up and drive. Quit your whining.
Yeah. Right. If it was a BMW, definitely. If it had a little more torque to get out of the corners, yeah. That's what we did at Brainerd, still finished second. I still think we could have won that race, but the guys didn't want to go for it. I think we could have won it.
Wow, Brainerd. Oh, my God. What a crazy place.
Yeah. That was on the comp course. We did win day 2 on the Donnybrook.
Brainerd is the greatest place in the world. The people there, they're so happy to see anybody show up.
Well, I know several people have said on the forum, it's like, why aren't we racing at Brainerd? Well, because we couldn't get enough cars there to make it financially feasible.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because here's the deal: we track our entries by year, so we could see a steady decline. And frankly, I mean, some of our races we're trying to build the market there. But Brainerd's been there forever, So if our racers don't support that race by entering, we just can't do it.
Sure,
it wouldn't be financially responsible.
Yeah, and and the guy that owned that passed away. His wife took it over, and
but I heard she's doing a great job.
Bless her heart, she is doing a great job. She's doing a great job with it, and it's really cool. That she's taken up that mantra, but you're right, Doc. We had 25 teams show up. There's only so many years in a row you're going to do that.
Exactly.
I think some people were afraid when they drive up there that they're going to fall off the edge of the earth.
Well, I mean, you look at Utah. Okay, we decided not to do a 24-hour race there this year, but we still raced out there. So we can afford as a club to try and build a market, for our racers, but they've got to support the race.
Sure.
We'll only do it for so long, like John said. I mean, we're not going to throw good money after bad money.
No. You're running a business.
Yeah. Well, it's a member-driven club.
Sure. Oh,
so we're going to race where our members support the race.
We understand that. Yeah, I understand.
It's only common sense.
Right.
I'm not sure that everybody realizes just how extraordinarily, borderline obscenely expensive it is to put on a race weekend for the club.
Oh, we've got to travel staff. There's the track rental alone, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but every track raises their rates every year.
It's tens of thousands, folks. It's way out there.
And you've got people, the travel staff. There's a lot of times the contract with the track, we've got to also pay for emergency service. So each track is different, but I guarantee you the track itself, that track rental fee goes up every year, period.
Well, you have to pay Paulie, and his fees are astronomical.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of the members say, well, why do the rates keep going up every year? Because our expenses go up every year. And what we try and do as a board of directors and Mike and the event staff is we try and pass along an incremental raise rather than a lump sum, So say the track raises their rate 5% every year, right? So we try and pass that along rather than 3 years from now, jump up your rate 15%.
Yeah.
Doc, it's unbelievable that you're able to put on a ChampCar race at this racetrack here. It's the world famous, one of the most famous racetracks in the world.
Right.
And you're able to do it for just the average everyday guy. This is fantastic.
Right. I mean, John, to your point, Paulie, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, certainly, it's like, we'll never race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Yeah. There's no way.
Right.
And it took Andrea like 3 years to get us in there. But by God, we went to and raced 2 10-hour races at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now it's on our schedule. I would think for the foreseeable future. They loved us.
As a rental driver, you join a team as a rental driver for maybe $1,000, and you get to race at Indy. Are
you kidding me? Yeah.
What?
I mean, you want to talk bucket list tracks?
No.
It don't get no bigger bucket list than Indy.
That's the great thing about ChampCar is you get to drive at the most famous racetracks in the world. What?
Absolutely.
There's just no way you could do it any cheaper.
Right. And Indy, I can tell you the rental fee was not cheap.
No.
Well, no, but it's not cheap, but
it's certainly
building your own race car, then what?
Yeah. So I mean, we're trying to keep the cost down as low as possible, but we still have to make money to support the club so we can get these tracks.
Oh, I think the entry
fee before Tyler got busy hooking up all these nice long-term sponsorship deals, we had to take out huge loans because the track wants their deposit.
Sure they do.
And we don't even know how many cars we're going to get. So we got to pay them that deposit. So we're going to race there, whether there's 80 cars or 8 cars.
Doc?
Yes.
a lot of what you're doing is you're doing the right thing.
I'd like to think we're making people's dreams come true.
Sure. Look at all the cars that show up for the race right here. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and we know, like Indy, we knew that the high cost, comparatively to here, was going to cost us some attendees at other races. We knew Sebring would be down because we had a lot of Florida teams go up to Indy. That's a long tow, so their expenses are up. But here's the thing, John, and I don't know if you were on when I said this. Most of us on the board of directors and the race directors and stuff, we firmly believe that racers will find the money. What they don't have is time.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I mean, you've got to work to support this racing habits. None of us are independently wealthy. So we knew Indy was going to hurt our attendance at other events. But it was Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Duh. So they'll scrape up the money, but they may have to cut down 2 races. Indy was about double our normal fee. The $2,800, was that right?
It was somewhere around, I was thinking it was going to be 3, and it was less than that. And it was 2 10-hour races, which really is very attractive.
20 hours.
That's what you're going to pay for going to race 10-hour races. If you
and we do listen to our members, because a lot of members, okay, have we ever run a 10-hour race before? Not that I can really recall. Normally we'll run an 8 and a 7. But most of the teams that we talked to when this whole thing was getting together, it's like, no, you got to give us 10 hours. I got to have 5 drivers to make this financially possible.
Right.
And that's why Indy is 10 hours, because there's 5 stints.
Sure. Then you can get all the drivers their time, and you can get that money together, and it all works.
So now I understand. Now I understand a lot better how this works.
So, I mean, we listen to our racers. It's their club. This is a member-driven 501c7 company.
Yeah. This is really crazy. What a totally different way to bring amateur drivers into the sport.
Right.
These guys have some money, but they don't have the time or the will.
You can't get off work.
Right. They're able to have their own cars, so but they have the money to join a team and just spend 2 days and have a really good time. This is cool. This is really a cool concept, and it's working.
Yeah, it is working, and I think our numbers show it by the number of entries we get at our events. So most of them, we see. I see it because I track all the teams that race in Champ Car. We have over 700 teams that race in Champ Car.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's distinctive individual teams. Now now I will say this: a couple of those teams have multiple cars.
Yeah, but still.
It's another car. I mean, your costs don't go down just because you bring 2 cars to a race. Trust me.
Right.
So we have, and John, the other thing is we have well over 3,500 members.
Okay.
But I mean, none of us are. I mean, there's a couple of us maybe independently wealthy, but I bet you it ain't many. So it's hard getting time off for work, and it's not just the race day. You got to remember, you've got car prep work, you've got travel time, and that's the tough thing. Is you got to go to your employer and say, okay, I need Thursday and Friday off, and a lot of these people now on our double days. I would like to think a lot of people probably take Monday off on our double race weekends, because
I can remember coming home at 4 o'clock in the morning and then going to work at
Yeah, but see, John, you and I are older. We're made of sterner stuff than the kids nowadays.
All right,
we're probably just not as smart, right, John?
I drove home from Atlanta Motor Speedway, Atlanta, and went to work the next morning.
Yeah, well, that was when we were young and stupid. Now we're old and stupid.
Yeah, well, yeah. Right.
So at 200,
I'm sorry, I'm lumping you in with me, John. You're a lot smarter than me.
268 laps turned. We got KSR Flat Out Racing leading by 2 laps. We've got Team Jackie Yakes in the 66 car in second, and we've got a 52-second gap between them and Team Infinity, who's gradually catching them. 9-4 Motorsports is in fourth. They're down a lap. Round 3 Racing in the 602 Porsche Boxster is fifth. The 9-4 Motorsports number 840 is sixth place. Then it's Team Jackie Yakes, the number 935 Mitsubishi 3000 GT in 8th. Momo Champ is 9th. Round 3 Racing in the 601 car is 10th.
So, Paulie, I don't see it on Race Hero, but one of the Round 3 Racing R3R cars is on pit road with the hood up.
Okay.
And now it looks like a routine stop because I can see the guy holding the fire bottle, but there's enough glare on the roof that I can't see which car number it is.
So we'll watch Race Hero here and see which one responds to that, because
602. Thank you.
Got it. There you
go. So the 602 car is on pit road. Looks like a routine stop.
They're in P5.
And I don't know enough about boxers to really speak intelligent. I don't know anything to speak intelligently about. But they raised that hood, and I believe that's where their catch can is. The 935 is also on pit road. That's Team Jackie X. That's a Martini liveried Mitsubishi 3000 GT.
Yep. And they're in 9th.
Yeah, so they showed up on pit, but the Round 3 Racing car is not showing up.
Yeah, well, they haven't crossed the loop yet.
That's the 602 car. That is our, fifth place car?
They probably pitted behind the pit loop, and we're just waiting for those 3
they're
laps
in front of the pit loop.
Really? Okay.
I'm sitting on the pit loop.
So
I'm looking right down it.
So something weird's going on there. Technology.
Yeah.
The other
all the newfangled electronics.
Well, the TLM car is in the pits, the EC car, at 169, and
I can't see that far down.
So they're making a driver change there. So that just happened, and the JB Bugs machine. I've been watching them. Driver did get out of the car, so I don't know if they're done. It looks like the car might be jacked up a little bit, so I'm not sure if they're underneath it.
He's in his garage.
Okay, so.
And if you're not familiar with Sebring, the garages are right behind the pits. They're not separated from them. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yep. It's not like a garage at other tracks where it's back in the paddock or something like that.
No sense at all.
So Round 3 Racing, they've got the back of the car jacked up, and it looks like they are replacing the left rear tire, maybe. They got air guns and stuff. They're fancy. I'm kidding. We have air guns too, but theirs sounds like a NASCAR air gun, It doesn't sound like a Harbor Freight one.
Back on board with our leader.
That high revving.
Back on board with the leader here, folks. Up about 3 laps on the field is KSR Flat Out Racing, looking for another win, but they got another hour and 5 minutes of racing they still have to do to make it happen. I wouldn't be surprised if they have to pit. This was Ed's prediction that all these front runners are going to have to make another pit stop, and looks like everybody's queued up for that.
It is interesting that Ed's running down the Team Jackie X. Is that what you said, Paulie?
Yeah, and now this last lap through, it doesn't look like it, though, does it? We're talking about Team Infinity in P3 and his automatic transmission to J30. And he's right there in the mix of it with that J30. Like we talked before.
We're waiting for him to cross the timing and scoring loop, see what that difference is.
one of the nicest guys you'll meet. You know, he doesn't necessarily win, but he's always right there.
Yeah.
He's always right there.
He's a great guy.
That car is tough, man. I mean, does it ever break down? It seems like it's always there.
He makes it work.
It's crazy. And listening to him in the car driving is just the weirdest thing, because you hear it downshifting when he steps into the throttle all the way, and it's just bizarre.
So the gap between those two cars is 56.8 seconds.
There we go.
Team Jackie X turned to 241.8, and the Shark car turned to 243.3.
Yeah, they're kind of back and forth, Doc, depending on who gets a better lap than the other guy.
Well, and I don't know for a fact, but I would surmise that maybe it's traffic.
Yeah.
Where he catches cars in the dark.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Exactly.
because it's hard, like Tiffany said, to do your depth perception with all these lights dancing in your mirrors. You know, you don't know how far that car is behind you. So you got to plan your passes carefully.
And their round 3 racing just goes salmon. So makes a little bit more sense now.
Well, he just left pit road.
Uh-huh.
So
they're counting the laps. He's down 3. Well, he's down 3 laps. He may not have tripped the pit loop, but he definitely is down. You know, he's
he's at lap 264. Our leader's at 271.
Yeah.
Now he does have the 9.4 Motorsports. I assume that's the Lexus SC300 is in 264. Yeah, the 83, the Toyota Supra, is up in 4th place.
Yep. By the way, if you're just so wondering, Jerry Inger won his first race. I think it's his first race. I don't think it's his first race, but in that car.
No, it's his first race with the new build.
He's won with Troy before, but this is with his new build, the ErgoLab.com Miata with the Ecotech engine swap. Big deal. You know, he's had a lot of reliability issues. Took it all the way to the end, won the race, beat out Milan Plus 2, who led most of the race. For the win by 3.2 seconds after 8 hours of racing. So the team called Tired finished 3rd, and Cremaster Racing 4th, with Team Kachiro finishing 5th. So congratulations, Jerry. Well done. And we're at the top of the hour. We'll take our break for 5 and back in just a few minutes. So stay with us, everybody. You're watching Champ Car Live, presented by AutoZone. KSR Flat Out Racing is your leader. Back in a moment.
I probably need new tires.
You do.
What if they sold tires online?
We do. We're TireRack.com.
They could offer lots of tires.
We have so many tires.
And help you find the right tire.
It's called the Tire Decision Guide.
Oh, and they could ship them to a nearby mechanic.
We shipped over 7,000 independent recommended installers.
This is an amazing idea. Sorry.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
I did it. You see how it's...
That's it.
We did it.
You did it. You can do it.
The path to I Did It starts at AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Hi, it's iRacing commentator David Haynes. In 2019, I'm excited to be bringing coverage of the Champ Car Sim Series, the sim racing division of the Champ Car Endurance Series. Contested across 15 championship rounds using the 2015 Mazda MX-5, the winners will receive a free entry into a real Champ Car Endurance Series race in the 2020 season. Each points round will be broadcast live by HJBC. Head to forum.champcar.org for full information and schedule. Sign-ups are open, so get registered now. Best of luck, and I'll see you at the track.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Located in Northeast Ohio with 40 years of combined experience, Money Shift Racing knows how to deliver performance and safety, offering everything you need to get your vehicle and drivers ready for race day. From safety equipment to full engine assembly and repair, in-house fabrication, 3D design, and rapid prototyping. Money Shift Racing. Performance done right. Coming up next for the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series, it's Harris Hill Raceway September 28th and 29th for an 8+7, and then it's off to Pittsburgh International Race Complex October 5th and 6th for the Pittsburgh Grand Prix. To find out more information, go to www.ChampCar.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It's the ChampCar.Live broadcast presented by AutoZone. It's the Sebring 14-hour endurance race of the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series. I'm your host, Paul Veltum, with Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, Tiffany Alexander, John Veltum, bringing you full live race coverage again this weekend for this capped field of 72 teams doing battle on this icon of endurance road racing. It is Sebring International Raceway.
Unusual is happening on pit road.
Say that again, Doc.
Something unusual is happening on pit road.
Oh, okay.
Teams are breaking down their easy ups.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Because I just asked Bill, he's been doing this since dirt. Hey, Bill actually is old enough. He's probably been doing this since rocks. But I just asked Bill, I said, Bill, can you ever recall the VIR 24 and the Sebring race here? Because we've been coming here for years and years and years and years. The Sebring September race to both go without rain. And Bill's is like, I don't think so.
Right.
So, and of course, you know, several people have mentioned the pace out there for this race. You know, we're at lap 274.
So pretty much everybody that needs fuel has got fuel. I believe. I don't know about Infinity, though.
Team Jackie Yates in the pits right now. The number 66 car pits from P2 to take fuel.
Yep. Yeah, 9-4 said they did not need fuel. KSR said they were good.
So they've got a little bit under an hour to go. Last year's race, as I said earlier, they completed 257 laps. So we're significantly over that already.
I wonder how far Ed can go on Team Infinity. I think Ed's in the car, actually.
I think, didn't he say they were managing it?
Yeah.
So probably he can take it all the way.
A little update from Hastings. I sent Jerry Inger, my fellow board member and a longtime supporter of Champ Car, on the board of director and a racer. I sent him hey, congrats, buddy. And he says, hard fought. He says, I know not a lot of cars, but Milan was tough. He says, thank you. And then he put in a note, we built a new car tonight. So I guess that's getting ready for tomorrow. So we'll see. I know I'll be following it on the way home. So
Troy could only do the bottom lug nuts.
Oh, ow. Oh, man.
That's pretty funny.
That is cold.
Holly, why do you say things like that about Troy? Come on, man.
That was really funny. Oh, my gosh, that was funny. Oh, my God.
Luckily, he's on the other side of the country. That little guy come over
He can't take a swing at you.
I swear he was gonna hit me at Pittsburgh last year.
That pit joke you did with him, what was it? Something about you could see the top of his head just over the guardrail?
Oh, yes.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, every time I interviewed Troy, I would just hold the camera just so you saw the top of his head. Now, he never watches the race. He would only listen to it. So nobody ever said a word about it. I think somebody finally said something to him. And so I went to go interview him at pit. He grabbed my arms, and I actually thought he was going to hit me. He says, I think he said the F word, and he said, you will photograph my face or I will punch you.
Okay, I'm going to send you a picture, Paulie. Do not publish it.
Okay, he's such a funny guy. I mean, your relationship with him is just so funny, and I know he.
Yeah. I put it on ChampCar.Live.
Okay.
On our chat group.
Well, yeah, just tell everybody about it. Now, now they're like, oh, we're going to break in. We're going to hack this. Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much what?
I read the sign.
Oh, the picture I posted?
So Team Jackie Yates dropping down just a little bit. 9-4 Motorsports in their Super overtook them as they're in fourth spot now. So here's a quick look at Race Hero. There you can see what's going on. Along with the 30 West Racing team and their Miata also shown in the pits.
Now, Jackie X pits at the other side, so we won't see them until they come back around to the start-finish line. So they've already passed the pit loop. So they have to do a whole lap before they come back over.
Gotcha.
So before they register that they're back out on track.
Right, they have to cross the start-finish line.
There goes Ed right across the line, the Team Infinity car.
Okay, Joe.
What's the highest that Team Infinity's ever finished here at Sebring?
Where's our stat guy? Where'd he go?
He said fifth, he believes.
Fifth? Okay.
Right. In our archival dungeon? Yeah.
I mean, that would be amazing if he won this race. If something happened, I don't want to wish anything bad to happen to KSR, but if he won this race, man.
The internet would just go crazy.
That would be so cool.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ed's a legend. Yep.
The internet would go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the internet would go crazy, yes.
The Beyonce would write a song.
Yeah, and then he would there'd be coloring books with the shark car,
books.
shark carnados, movies being made. It would just be crazy.
A Saturday morning cartoon series.
Yeah. Ed would have a cardboard cutout made at his shop. One-man operation.
This is how it starts. It all starts just like this.
Yep.
And again, I mean, we talked about the Infinity car. It's not his daily car.
But he drives it to work. Yeah.
He drives it regularly.
Yep. And this guy is true budget. True budget racing. I mean, I think they still he drives it to the track sometimes, and they also tow it on an open trailer, right? Yeah.
If he's going to talk, let's put him on a microphone so we can hear him, so that you're not talking back and forth to him and we can't really hear what he's saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot to turn Doc on.
That came out really wrong.
So we've turned Doc on now.
Sorry about that.
That
was my fault. I forgot to turn myself back on.
Cool.
So I believe the TLM car may need to come back in because Christina was getting in the car. She was all ready to go. So they may have already come in.
Yeah, I think they just left the pits here a little bit ago. And this is 9.4 Motorsports. Thank goodness we got labels because we'd never know otherwise. 92.
Yeah, 169 pitted 5 laps ago. That's the TLM car.
840 is in 5th place. And that's the car you're on board with right now. They've had a really good race of it. They really have.
Is Tiffany still on with us?
She had to leave to go pick up the hubs.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, Tiffany brought up a great point that, for the past several hours, this is a 14-hour race. Our top 10 really hasn't changed.
Right.
I mean, Molo Champ's been in 8th. It seems like forever.
For a track that's supposed to destroy cars like a monster, these top, 5, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cars have been here the whole time.
I was going to
between an automatic and 5 or 6 speeds, maybe 15 horsepower.
What's that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, you lose 15 horsepower? Okay.
Yeah. But the car and the driver can make up for that.
Well, yeah.
Team Jackie X now showing the 66 car now down to 4th place. Team Infinity that moved up them to 2nd place. 9.4 Motorsports in the 83. That's the Toyota Supra in 3rd place.
Did you know that that Ergo Lab crossed the finish line and they ran out of gas right as they crossed the finish line?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jerry said it was close. I mean, we saw the margin of victory. From what we saw on Race Hero was less than 4 seconds.
Yeah, they lost all their axle seals too. Half the diff fluid was gone.
Jeez, they're limping across to take the
This
checker.
explains why he said they rebuilt the car.
Rebuilt the car, yeah.
Of course, Troy was with them, so that car was going to stay together anyway. Whatever fell off, the engine could have fell out, and they still would have won. Long story there.
I was going to say, I don't
Troy
know
is
the
the
story.
luckiest racer ever.
He is the luckiest racer
We have a
ever.
castle nut just get loose, and the whole back end of my car falls off. Troy's lost the whole nut off the back axle. It's spinning inside his wheel. It's just sitting in there twirling.
Oh no!
He comes in and they think it was for the last 15 laps or so. His rear tire wasn't attached to the car at Watkins Glen with Jerry driving the car. He said,
Holy
it felt really weird. And Gene and I go look at his car, and it's like Troy points it out, and he laughs, and I just wanted to punch him because it's like
you'd be sidelined on the side,
paint off the car, and all the wheels start falling off
because of the corner cross weight, right?
Yes. Yes.
9-4
Good stuff,
Motorsports here, and we've got a camera inside the KSR car, leader. 45 minutes, about 45 minutes to go.
So it's about time for me to head down to the start-finish line so I can get pictures of this race, which means I'm not going to be able to listen to you guys or talk back to you. So
we can pretty much say anything.
Say whatever you want. Yes.
Thanks, Bill.
Wait a minute. You do listen to this, though, later on.
No,
he really doesn't.
I don't.
Is it really worth the bandwidth? No.
Yeah, I have no bandwidth to listen to this stuff.
It's a crime.
Point.
It's a crime against bandwidth.
Well, this race saved me.
The humanity.
I had 3 days left of bandwidth at home. I use HughesNet satellite for business.
Right.
And, I had 3 days left, about, how much data I had. And I would not have made it if I had stayed home.
Right.
So it looks like the JB Bugs Beetle has been retired.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
bummer.
They had too many issues with it, and it's probably safe, and they're not gonna jump up any more places.
What a shame.
Where are they at? Yeah.
Oh, let's take a look here. Where did they end up? They are in 31st spot. they're 31st, and
good point.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna get passed, but they're in 31st right now. So
too bad.
Yeah, Kelly Rose is gonna pass them. Easy Racing, that's another A-class Miata's probably gonna pass them.
So it's
I'm telling you, that Momo Champ Miata running in 8th place. That's our A-class leader. He's let's see, he's 9 laps ahead of his closest in-class competitor, and that's Subpar Racing in that Volkswagen.
So I'll give you guys a rundown as to where things stand right now. It's KSR Flat Out Racing leading overall with Team Infinity in second, 9-4 Motorsports in third in the Supra. Then it's Team Jackie Yakes in the number 66 Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Then it's 9-4 Motorsports in the Lexus SC300. Round 3 Racing in the number 602 is 6th. Then it's Momo Champ, Team Jackie Yakes in the number 935 Mitsubishi. Then it's the number 601 of Round 3 Racing, the Bandit car in 10th. Looking at the cars by class. Class A, sponsored by Krispy Kreme Donuts. It's Momo Champ, Subpar Racing, and RYSA Racing, your top 3. Then down to B class, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com, Fat Crack Racing, DVM Racing, and Blackbird Racing, your top 3. Down to C class, KSR Flat Out Racing leading that class with 9-4 Motorsports in second, Team Jackie Yakes in third. Down to D class, you've got Team Infinity leading with Floridiot in second and ZR Zone in third. And for EC, because there's at least 5 cars, there will be a trophy awarded for first place, right now being led by KSR Flat Out Racing with TLM in second and 4 Paws in third.
And Flat Out Racing, that's the 223 is an EC car. So Bill's got an update from Timing and Scoring.
The number 66 Jackie X car is going to be black flag for no brake lights.
Okay, that's too bad.
That might put him in the reach of 9-4 Motorsports in the SC300.
Yep.
He's only leading him by 2 laps from what I show on Race Hero. Now, remember, Race Hero, Race Monitor, these are all unofficial results. These are third-party applications that report what they see from us. So.
Oh, and when I was away from the desk here, trying to find out information for you guys, I saw Pippa Man, spoke to her for a couple of minutes, and thanked her for coming and racing with us. She had a blast.
Cool.
She's looking for money, of course, to race at next year's Indy 500.
Yeah.
And Doc, I said she needs to talk to Doc. He's just built the money.
Right.
Well, Lynn came up here and talked to us. I don't know if you heard.
I listened.
Okay.
The other thing is that I spoke to a few people up and down pit lane that were interested in meeting her and talking with her, but they were busy or were kind of intimidated because she is kind of famous.
She's famous.
Yeah. And so if you have any questions for Pippa, just email me at media@ChampCar.org, and I'll forward it on to the group. And
she seems fairly approachable.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She was really nice. She even yelled at me a few times, which was really funny, or everybody else thought it was funny.
Wish I would have slapped the hell out of you. If I can't get somebody to punch you, at least I can get a lady to slap you.
I then did say I would talk about the things she didn't want to talk about, and she threatened to punch me again. So, it was no win. So, but yeah, she's a really nice young lady, and she would love to talk to you guys, and she's passionate about this sport. And if you have any questions, we can get you in touch with all these folks that we've spoken to today. And what was that, 958?
Looks like the 66 car is in the pits to serve that penalty.
Yeah, another car got black flag. Well, they're working over there. It's the end of the race here, so all race officials, they start reviewing everybody's laps. So when they pitted, make sure everybody's done what they're supposed to do in the top 10, and make sure that there's no cheating going on or mistakes, I should say.
So, yeah, I mean, one of the things timing and scoring does near the end of the race is they start looking at cars' pit intervals to make sure that nobody went over the 2-hour race driver stint limit.
Because we know you guys are all going to review all the numbers, so we might as well do it just to make sure we got it right.
What are you doing?
You all right, John?
Yeah, he's just...
You okay?
Yeah, he's just clearing his throat.
Oh, okay.
Having heart surgery does something to your lungs.
Yeah, don't start scaring us there, John. We care about you a lot.
He's all right. When you have open heart surgery, your lungs, you have to rehabilitate.
Shut off my mic.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. I blame your son. It's all right.
It's my fault.
I've had several major surgeries, but the last one I had a month before I raced at Daytona for the first time with ChampMeister Racing.
But did you die?
No, I did not die. I did have to be dragged out of the car, though. I couldn't get out. I didn't have leg strength.
I had AFib right before a race.
Ouch.
It was a lemon juice. It didn't matter.
Oh, man. Did they black flag you for it?
No, I came out of it right before I was supposed to go in the car. I should never have raced. But
I probably, in 2020 hindsight, I was relying on if I had a problem in the car and had to get out of the car quick, say a fire or something, I was just going to rely on adrenaline.
That's funny.
I can pull myself out of the car, but my legs it was only a month, and they cut me open from stem to stern.
Hey, Paul. So that camera view right there, I'm going to have to take that camera with me. So I'm going to stick that down by the fence, okay?
All right.
Okay.
That's what they did to me, too.
Yeah, they cut me open from my stomach to my ankle.
We're talking about racing, not grossing everybody out here.
Well, no, I'm just saying that you're talking about how tired you are in these cars.
Yeah.
And, so I could have gotten out of the car.
They told me.
There goes Infinity down pit lane.
Yeah.
So he just did his stop. So that moves up 9-4 to second. So we kind of thought that Ed would have to do a pit stop, which he just did.
Was that a regular pit stop, or you think maybe he was concerned about his tires?
Don't know. What can we make up?
Well, let's try a new tack. Let's see if we can surmise and get facts. He indeed just pitted, and before that, his last pit was he pitted on lap 277, and his last pit was on lap 238.
And Jackie X is still in pit lane, right?
Well, the loop is still tripped. I don't have a camera on it.
Right. Well, they're way, way up. We can't see them from here.
Right.
I can't even see, because of the curvature of the earth, I can't even see them from the start-finish line. It's a long pit lane. You don't
It's a
realize
long
how,
pit lane.
It doesn't look that long when you look at it on from outside the area here. But when you start walking it, it's like, man, this just keeps going on and on and on.
It looks okay to me.
One of the things that'll tell you it's a long pit lane is,
Bill will tell you it's a long
tracks,
pit lane.
of course, that
I'll
host
tell you what a long pit lane is. Daytona.
Yeah, in
Road America.
So here's
These guys were messing with me during the Daytona race. Bill, why don't you go to pit 2? There's a guy that wants to pit. Bill, go to pit 79 or 108.
We had a ball. We had a ball.
I don't think. I think I broke my Fitbit. That's how many steps it was.
He turned it over.
He turned it over. It just said, "You liar." No way.
Yeah, exactly. I hated you guys.
His Fitbit was wheezing.
Couldn't walk for a week.
Fitbit was wheezing. That was good.
Yeah. They're up in the tower just watching me do it too. That's the worst part.
Oh, it was the best.
If y'all didn't watch the Daytona broadcast, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't, we are in the actual press box at Daytona, so we're looking at pit road.
Yeah, and I'm able to give them sign language to let them know how I felt.
Yeah. I thought you were telling us we were number one.
Yes, multiple times. Yeah, fun times.
Because if you heard us talking earlier, Bill, he's not a good charades player at all.
Nope. So the round 3 racing, the Rocket 990, the Rocket 602. Kind of cool that we got 2 Boxsters up in the top 10.
Yep, both C class.
Yep, C class. New builds. Those guys worked really hard today to get those cars up there. The Mustang, the copper Mustang right in front. They got that car back out there right in front of the Flat Out Racing Lexus.
My buddies at Running Bulls, they're still out there turning laps. Looks like they're gonna finish this race. They got a little bit over 30 minutes to go, but they've had their share of problems.
All right, folks, I'm actually going to head down to the start-finish line, take some pictures of all the winners and everybody crossing the line. Of course, they're just going to be lights headed at me. It's hard to take pictures at this track at night.
Yeah.
I'm not a pro
It's
photographer.
not really conducive to good pictures.
But we'll try to get something for you guys. But it's been fun working with you guys. Just telling you guys a story here at Sebring. Doc and Paul will finish it up for us, and I will record the interviews of our podium winners, and we'll post those up tomorrow, and or tonight. Depends on how I feel when I get back to the hotel.
Just do it tomorrow.
You must be.
Don't do it tonight. Nobody will look at it. Just do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So, but we'll get those up for you, and this race has been a blast, folks. And again, thanks for listening to us. I'm out of here. So I'll see you, Paul and Doc and Tiffany and John. Thanks for helping us out today. That was extremely helpful. Makes our life a little easier here in the tower.
All the additional announcers,
especially when Paul does all the work. So, which is the way we like it.
That's right.
It's in my contract.
Yeah, it's not mine. I will see you guys at Houston here next week, and not Houston, Harris Hill next week, which is outside San Antonio.
He said that. Like threateningly, like something's going to change in the contract.
Oh,
that
it's
I don't
in
know
San
about.
Angelo.
Yeah, somewhere in Texas. Eat food. All right, guys.
All right, Bill. See, I think
right,
they're going to make it, but I think we're going to make it too. I have to admit, at the beginning of the 14 hours, I thought, oh man. But I think we're going to make it. We got a half hour. We're going to do this. Oh, man.
The race is not over yet, Paulie.
No, and Team Jackie Yates still, we still got a half hour.
We don't have a winner in the broadcast booth yet.
It doesn't work that way, yeah.
We've got to finish.
Yeah, that's right. There's no awards for the broadcast team. They just do a job. Oh, by the way, we're going to break for commercial to acknowledge some of our sponsors, which we appreciate, and we'll be back here in a few minutes. Stay with us.
think I'm going to try buying tires online.
TireRack.com can help you with that.
I guess I could buy the same ones I have.
No need to guess.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
I mean, I am no tire expert.
You don't have to be. We've tested and rated thousands of tires.
Answer a few questions and you're good to go.
Someone should invent a tire decision guide or something.
Can he not hear us?
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance. Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Worn shocks and struts can be dangerous, so replace them with Duralast loaded struts to restore ride control and improve brake performance. They come with a new spring installed and compressed, so installation is safer and quicker, which means less hassle, more safety. Duralast loaded struts, available only at AutoZone.
Coming up next for the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series, it's Harris Hill Raceway September 28th and 29th for an 8+7, and then it's off to Pittsburgh International Race Complex October 5th and 6th for the Pittsburgh Grand Prix. To find out more information, go to www.ChampCar.org. Yeah, and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Sebring International Raceway. For the remaining few minutes here of this 14-hour race at Sebring, man, the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series getting it done. And the true heroes of this race, wow, KSR Flat Out Racing, 9-4 Motorsports, Team Infinity, your top three right now. They're having a heck of a race of it. Team Infinity still in third spot after that pit stop. Team Jackie Yates in the 66 car still not turning laps. They've tumbled down to 8th. Apparently this taillight problem is pretty serious. They're having trouble getting that car back out there. So that's really hurt them.
Yeah, they will probably lose 8th place to their sister car. That's the 935, the Martini liveried 3000 GT that they campaign in the Champ Car Endurance Series.
It's really a shame because they kept that car up front all this time, but it's happened so many
and to
times.
have something silly, they're not, gremlins.
Right.
Something as simple as their taillights not functioning.
All right, so we've got an emergency vehicle on the racetrack. We've got a car that's apparently stranded out there as well, I saw on track. So we're going to see these lap times dip just a bit.
Yeah, I can't see really anything. I don't see any. I don't see the emergency vehicle, but I can't see the whole track. So
yeah.
You're going to have much better luck picking them up from KSR's viewpoint than mine.
And there's a look at the cars as they come down to the start-finish line.
What's going to happen at the start-finish line?
This is a view.
Oh, gotcha. Yes, it is. That was Bill's thumb, I assume.
Bill's thumb, yes. Apparently, although he said he wasn't going to be able to hear us, he's listening anyway.
Well, if he's listening, it looks obviously it is. It looks good.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah, we catch the cars coming in that final part of turn 17 all the way down to the start-finish line. Great job, Bill.
As usual.
You can just in the upper right, you can see the American flag. Mm-hmm. And the breeze is it's just breezy now. It's not windy like it was before. And again, I mentioned earlier something I've never seen at Sebring since I've been coming here is teams have broken down their easy ups, which is rather unprecedented. And just in case you're new to watching our broadcast, teams start after their last pit stops. Teams start packing up. And they're going to leave, they'll leave a couple of tires in case they have a flat. They'll leave some minimum tools, but they're going to take the easy ups and the chairs maybe. And so you try and clear out. You don't need your drip pan anymore because you don't have to come for fuel. You're going to take all your fuel jugs back to your rig and you start packing up because we've got to be off of pit road by 1 a.m. And that's not going to be any problem. But, everybody wants to get back on the road tomorrow, get back home and kind of recharge their batteries, as it were, because most of us have to go to work on Monday morning. Okay, so there's a car stopped on approaching the turn 7. He's before the bridge, so I can see him. He's got his lights on. He wasn't there a few minutes ago. So he is about right on the right about where it says 90 miles an hour. The arrow points to the right, but that's about where that car is. And he wasn't there a few minutes ago. So I doubt if I can pick up a number with my binoculars. No, it's a car that's got LED blue lights on the roof, outlining the roof, and that's so the team can identify where what their car is. So we see a lot of cars with marker lights that are unique to their car. Because remember, when he's coming down the main straightaway, his headlights are pointing to you, so you can't tell which car it is. Because a lot of these cars, they'll have a light bar, and then they've got 2 apex lights, so the drivers can pick up their turn-in points. So you can't tell what your car is. So, and the driver may say, look, I think I picked up a miss. Can y'all listen to the car the next time it comes by, and see how it sounds. But he's out there. Here comes an emergency vehicle. He is in the turn 4-5 complex. He's hidden by this new bridge that they have over the track. But I can see his flashing dome lights. He's not in a bad position. Driver, he's got his lights on so drivers can see. And one of the things we haven't talked about is Bill has a great idea that in case his car loses electrical power, he's got the same like the DOT, the trucks you see, the red and white bands, because it's dark out here. And if so he's turned off his lights, the emergency vehicle's at his car.
Looks like
so
the
there'll be, of course, a local yellow at 4 and 5.
The 66 machine of Team Jackie Yates has rejoined the race after having those taillight problems. They're right in front of the Floridians car that we're on board with right now. So he's in 9th place right now, actually just behind his sister car.
So and I don't know what your experience, Paulie, is, but electrical gremlins at night, especially when it comes to taillights, are one of the hardest problems to fix because that wire is about the longest wire in your car.
Yeah, I mean it comes down to their experience with these cars. Maybe they, with the BMW, like an E30 or an E36, if it's a taillight problem, it's probably in that taillight assembly. So
yeah,
that's,
because BMW engineers die.
They hate us.
What were they thinking?
Yeah. So if it's that kind of a situation, that would be how well do they know? They know these cars really well. So that's probably, something they could look at. That's
right.
Where they would go. More likely than, some of the less likely areas like a wiring problem.
Could be as simple as a blown fuse. Although, why would it blow now, right?
Yeah, something causes it to blow, so you need to find out what that is. But, for the few minutes of this race, if they can hobble along.
But you got to have those taillights on.
Yep.
You must have 2 taillights. And most teams, I would like to think 90% of the teams, you really ought to have 3 lights. Because a lot of these cars are old enough where they didn't have that mandated 3rd light, brake light. So we added one to our E30, and it's inside the car. So you've got to have a minimum of 2 taillights. Well, we have 3 just in case we figure, okay, well, what if we get nailed in the right rear corner and it breaks that ridiculously designed taillight assembly? Yeah. We'd still have 2 brake lights and we'd have 2 running lights in the rear of the car.
Right. So just to give you folks a bit of a rundown of where we've come here in this race today.
9-4 is overhauled Team Infinity.
Yeah, just since the beginning of the race, it was Level 1 Racing who blew a clutch right at the beginning of the race. By 9:30, the number 107 of Tuttle Motorsports was into the wall. They had broken a ball joint, and that damaged the car beyond repair for themselves for today, so they called it quits with that car. Their sister car was also up front. Both cars were up front, but they began to struggle with drivability issues, fuel-related, so that caused them to drop down the standings. At that point, the crowd control Mustang was looking pretty strong. So was KSR. All these teams that are up front right now were looking pretty good at that point. Crowd control took the lead around 115, but they were having to pit frequently, and that caused them to begin to fall down the standings where some of these other cars like KSR didn't have to. At 2:05, the crowd control car was meatballed, black flag for smoking, which led to subsequent transmission failure. The KSR had a broken bolt in the shifter around 3 o'clock. They came in and fixed that under a pit stop, so it really didn't hurt them too much. Cage Gauge in their Camaro at 3:45 broke a shifter fork in the transmission. That set them out. At 5 o'clock, the KSR was black flagged, the leader, for passing under caution. So they came in, served their pit stop, served their penalty rather, did a pit stop at the same time at the 5 o'clock hour, got back out and didn't lose position. At 5:35, the 626 Mazda, that's the Inactive Motorsports guys. They were smoking heavily, and they brought it in, took a look at it, sent it back out, but they ended up with a broken strut. So that put them out of the race. 9:15, JB Bugs came in with a clutch cable that had come loose. They tightened that up, sent it back out, and the clutch cable broke pretty much right away. And then at 10:20 here, just moments ago, Team Jackie Yakes was black flagged for not having both taillights working, and that really caused them to drop through the standings. They were up in that top 3. They were actually in second place, I think, there for in the hunt for the win over KSR if they were to falter, but it was not to be. So right now it's KSR Racing out front, 9-4 Motorsports in second in the Toyota Supra. Team Infinity is in third, 9-4 Motorsports, and the Lexus is fourth. And Round 3 Racing in the 602 Porsche Boxster is in fifth place. And that brings you up to speed. Got about 13 minutes left in the race here. And right now KSR up about 4 laps on the field as we're on board with the Floridian Motorsports guys.
Now, in the Champ Car rules, that car, even if something happens to him, he doesn't have to be running at the finish.
Right. It's a lap thing.
It's a lap thing. It's a distance covered thing. Gosh, how does he see out of that car?
Wow.
Those headlights, I'd want a little bit more light out there.
Yeah, from our angle, it's pretty awful.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course we can't see what he really sees, but when you compare the KSR car, look how much more light there is between the SC300, the 225, our leader. We were on board, what was that, Floridians, Paulie?
Yeah,
looks like he had a lot more light to work with.
That car it's easier for us to see, so that's why I keep going back to it. It's really the one that we can see anything.
Yeah.
Even though we don't have audio, which seems to bother some people, that's the best looking car we've got.
Well, most people want to listen to us.
Oh, that's true.
All of our surveys that we send out, that's the overwhelming report back that we want to get is they want to listen to you, Paulie, in particular.
I know. Men want to be me. I get it.
Yep. Well, you're kind of a big deal.
Looks like Empty Pockets Racing in 14th is in the pits right now.
I do have a huge cadre of fans. They're known as the LOLOLs.
Really?
Yeah. The Legion of Little Old Ladies.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And please, God, if I can ask one thing, please don't let Bill have heard that. Because I will never hear the end of it. But yeah, it's the LOLOL Brigade. I believe is what they formally called themselves.
Right. I can hear the walkers now as they crash the ground in
Well, you can hear some of them. Most of them have the tennis balls on the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, I'm listening.
You did hear
crap. I'm doomed. Doomed, I tell you. The Legion of Little Old Ladies.
Yeah.
How do we make that the Twitter account for Brew Crew Racing?
Well, thanks everybody for joining us.
I don't know how many people follow NASCAR, but there's a whole bunch of inanimate objects that tweet during NASCAR races. The most famous is the orange cone, and that's the pit in orange cone that's the driver has to commit to pit lane. He can't. Unfortunately, he gets hit a lot by cars, and so he tweets, "That hurt." Thanks a lot, Kevin Harvick. He's pretty funny. But there's the green flag tweets. There's a whole bunch of parody Twitter accounts that follow NASCAR, and they're really pretty entertaining. Less than 10 minutes to go unofficially.
Dun, dun, dun,
Or is it
dun.
unofficially less than 10 minutes, or is it 10 minutes unofficially? I don't know. I don't have Grammarly up right now. Roger Cohen, member of our TAC, the Technical Advisor Committee, says, no BMWs in the top 10. You are indeed correct, Roger. I had high hopes for Running Bulls Racing. They've had some top 10 finishes here. I had high hopes for them. They got had a couple of problems during the race. That's dropped them well out of the top 10. The last time I checked, they were running. Let's see. They are currently running in 28th position. Let me look through here. It looks like our first BMW is going to be the TLM Racing. That's an EC car, though, so he's not eligible for a win or anything, but that is our first BMW. He's an EC class car. I'm telling you, look at 13th place, Subpar Racing. I don't see a lot of Volkswagens racing our series, but he is holding down our second place in A class, which is, against all these very competitive Mazda Miatas. That's pretty remarkable. Wouldn't you say so, Paulie?
It really is.
I'm looking for validation that I still have a brain.
You got it, man. You got it.
And 14th place is another A-class car. That's that RYSA. Is that the RYSA car that the young man was driving?
Yep, RYSA. That's a 90 Miata, back in 14th right now. One of the A-class cars.
Yep.
I think he's
They've
15 years old.
Subpar has a pretty good lead on RYSA. And I don't think there's enough laps to catch him. So it looks like that Volkswagen's going to finish in second in class. I'm impressed because
they worked for it.
If you know anything, we had a lot of fast Mazda Miatas out here by very experienced teams.
Yeah, they really worked for it.
Congratulations, Subpar. Hope you're listening.
Yeah, well done.
So Redneck VTech, great name over on our YouTube. He said, Sebring's not good for E30s, and I would have to agree with you. It's not a track that's particularly suited to the E30s. And he says, I'm not sure why. And I say, I think from what I understand, and this is from my experience running here and my buddies that are with Running Bulls Racing, that is an E30. They can't go 2 hours on fuel here. And I just don't think it's a track that suits the E30.
It doesn't seem as though it does because they never really prominent. They're not prominent out here.
Alon with E-Racing, they've campaigned an E30 here for years and years and years, and Sebring always seems to bite them.
Yeah.
So Roger Cohen says, I think he's talking to Chris Huggins. He mentioned on our YouTube chat, and he says, Chris, looks like we'll have to try to give the KSR a run in December. So maybe we'll see Chris Huggins down here. Chris, of course, won his most recent victory was the very grueling VIR 24, and he was Roger drove for him there. Roger also drove for me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Roger. So let's see. I'm just following this chat. I don't think any positions are going to change in the last 5 minutes of this race, and we just went through the recap of what's been happening. So Redneck VTech, again, a great handle, as it were. Oh, that is Chris.
Lap and a half to go, by the way. Lap and a half to go.
That is Chris Huggins. Redneck VTech is Chris Huggins because he's got the Pinkies Out logo. So he says he wants to really see how we stack up against that car. Fun race. Would love to get the E30s down to Sebring eventually as well. So I agree, Roger. I think Chris would probably, in December, we're going to see Tyler Pedersen is going to bring his car. And I can't, Violet, isn't that the name of his car? He's going to bring his E30 here. And, of course, he finished second on the Sunday at Indy.
Yeah.
So
he just about won at Gingerman. I think he was in great shape for it.
So we'll see Tyler down here. So we'll see how he does. Tyler's, I think, one of the stronger E30s in our series. So Chris certainly is. He has multiple victories. Tyler's done very well with his car. There's Nathan with Premium Dudes did very well. He won at Indy. But I don't know what it is, man. You got certain horses for courses, and an E30 at Sebring doesn't seem to be the horse for the course.
One lap to go, guys. One lap to go.
We should be seeing the one to go here.
Yep, the flag stands signaling the drivers. One to go. So they are going to let the crew members of these cars go out to the wall that separates pit road from the don't cross the metal guardrail. There's a concrete wall and a metal guardrail that separate pit road. We do not want you to go past the metal guardrail.
Yeah, there's like a gap there. There's like a gap there, and they don't want you stepping over that guardrail.
Because trust me, if a car hits that wall for any reason, that concrete, I used to be a photographer on the IMSA circuit, and if a car hit that guardrail or hit that concrete barriers, those temporary jersey barriers, that would push that concrete wall into the curbing.
So
if your foot is down there, your foot is gone.
Right. So what's happening right now is they're calling out, the corners are calling out, because this is the last lap. They're calling out the position of the leader so that the starter knows when he's coming around that last
no radio
corner.
Traffic except
and this might be it right here. Not sure. It's kind of hard to tell from the visual.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's got the checkered flag in his hand. And I don't know where on the course the leader is.
I'm watching him. He's not quite up there yet. And the timing might be off a little bit.
Yeah, we've got the delay.
Still showing one to go. Waiting for that leader to come around for the last time. 293 laps turned here at Sebring by KSR Flat Out Racing. And the flagger at the start-finish line, waiting to see that Lexus SC300 come around turn 17 for the final time. To take the checkered flag and the big win here. 14 hours of continuous endurance road racing here in the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series.
He's got the checkered flag.
Waiting for that leader to come around, and there it is in the sky for KSR Flat Out Racing. They take the win in their 95 Lexus SC300 at the Sebring 14-hour. Followed by 9-4 Motorsports in their Toyota Supra. In third place, it's Team Infinity in their J30. In fourth place, it's 9-4 Motorsports again in their Lexus SC300. And in P5, Round 3 Racing in their 99 Porsche Boxster. So the big win going to KSR Flat Out Racing, up 4 laps on the field. Really a masterful job done running
that's
that race.
4 years in a row he has won the race. here at Sebring.
Wow.
In 2015, he finished a disappointing third.
Really putting his stamp on this race.
And the year before, in 2014, he also won the race. So that third is a very, very disappointing, I'm sure. I'd kill somebody to get a third place.
And Momo Champ takes the win for Class A, sponsored by Krispy Kreme Donuts, up 10 laps over the field. For B Class, it's Fat Crack Racing up 3 laps over the field, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com. For C Class, it's KSR taking the win in that class. Then the D Class, Team Infinity will take the win up 33 laps over P2. And then for EC, it's going to be KSR taking that win as well for EC. So congratulations to all the winners here this weekend. Wow.
So Paulie, I really like this team's sense of humor. There's a team that's congratulating their driver on the finish. They're holding up a blow-up doll. And it's not a guy holding up the doll. It's a young lady. There goes Team Jackie X taking the checkered flag, flashing their headlights.
Yeah, that was the number 66 car.
Six car, yep.
They had a tough go of it there. Right at the end of the race, they were doing so well, but they did finish the race and do well. They'll take 9th place overall for that finish.
And if you ever get out to one of the races, or we ever get Bill at the right place at the right time, the Jackie X car has every finish that they've ever done in Champ Car marked in Sharpie on the rear quarter panels. And that is a long list. I can't even imagine which logbook he's on, because the logbooks hold 20 races. I mean, I'm just on my second one, and I've been at this for 5 years.
This is fun right here. They direct you down to impound.
So now, of course, what's happening up here in race control is the Champ Car staff is on the radios with our staff. They're going to pick out the top 3 cars. Top 5 cars, actually. I'm sorry. And they're going to pick up each class leader. And, of course, then we're going to have what is known as impound. So every car that is in impound, you have to jack up the cars. You have to take all 4 wheels off the car. You have to open your hood, and you have to open your trunk. And your competitors are allowed to come over and look over your car. About the only thing your competitors can't do is climb under the car. So there's Bill again. If you missed it, Bill's going to conduct interviews with the teams that are down in impound. Those will be posted up later. I mean, Bill works his butt off. So I don't know if those will go up tonight. They'll certainly go up tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be late before he gets everything packed. It'll be after midnight easily, so I hope he just waits till tomorrow. I don't think anybody's going to be
you wouldn't
chomping
believe
at the
the
bit to
amount
get to
of
it.
gear he brings up here to do what he does for us. It's like it's a production. It's a TV production. Hey, we've got monitors everywhere. We've got laptops. We've got sound mixers. He's got all the in-car stuff up here. So he works his ass off. So what we got down here on impound, okay, Bill positioned the camera. So you can't quite see some of the cars. They're hidden by other cars, but we've got 225, our overall winner. We've got the 840. That is the SC300. We've got the 969 car. We have the 223. He is our EC winner. The 969 is our B class winner. We've got 602, which is the R3R, that Porsche Boxer. We've got Momo Champ. He is our Class A winner, and we've got Ed, the familiar shark car in that J30.
With me.
So we've got our top 3 finishers and all our class winners in impound.
I have your radio with me, and Doc has the other 2.
Sorry about that. We got that muted. So we'll look again at the standings here before we sign off here. There you go. Looking at the standings, KSR, 9-4 Motorsports in the Supra, Team Infinity, 9-4 Motorsports in the Lexus. We got Round 3 Racing. We got Momo Champ, Team Jackie Yakes, the number 935. Then the sister car, the number 66, finished 9th. Round 3 Racing in 10th. KSR Flatouts 11th. Then we've got Subpar Racing, RYSA Racing, 30 West, Witchwood Motorsports, Empty Pockets, Propaganda, Valerian Steel. We've got All In Racing, Fat Crack, and Cheap Thrills. It looks like about your top 20 there. So that's probably, I think that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for this weekend and for this 14-hour race at Sebring International Raceway. This coming weekend, we're going to be at Harris Hill, and we'll do, Bill's going to do a broadcast from the track there, sort of a simplified version of what we do here, and bring you some information about what's going on there. So make sure you tune in for that. So I guess that's going to do it for us, folks. So for Bill Strong, for Doc Waldrop, and myself, John Veltum, and for Tiffany Alexander, signing off for now until next weekend. Make sure you join us for that race. So long, everybody.